The following is brought to you by the People's National Party.
Make the trumpets play. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. To get champion, we can do it together. When we look to the future of precipice, we see Jamaica needs the vision of the PNP. People said the bag of promises, them can't carry go shop. And the crime rate getting higher, wonder when it does stop, comrades. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. To get champion.
The proceeding was brought to you by the People's National Party.
Hello guys and welcome back. Wow, happy Friday again to everyone. I'm telling you, technology, sometimes you want to hug it up and another time you just want to take something and break it. But anyway, thank you guys for bearing with us. You know, was beyond our control. We tried several times to get it fixed, but then we had to just scrap it and then start again. So welcome back each and everyone. Really appreciate the continued support. So I'm just gonna hand back over to Baron and then we're just gonna continue where we left off. I'm just gonna have to do a few more housekeeping things here.
All right. Thank you guys for supporting us, and that show commitment, right? That you're committed to the program. We really appreciate that. Right, in spite of technical difficulties, but we are here to bring out the information that is necessary for our hearing. Now we are up, back, and running with full strength. We're gonna have Dr. John Lennon also in the studio. I just spoken to Dr. John Lennon, so Dr. John Lennon will be joining us. Right, Tara, if you're still there. Right, we'll be dropping the link on Tara. So we are just going to get more forceful tonight as it relates. There's nothing can stop us.
It's gonna be a new link.
Yes, there's nothing can stop us in terms of educating our people. Right, in spite of the technical difficulties, we are here and we are here to deliver the truth. All right. So we were talking about earlier. The criminal justice system, how it works as it relates to the conviction of Vybz Kartel, and what we believe as it relates to my subjective opinion to say that the DPP had forced the conviction upon Vybz Kartel and other persons. Now, in spite of that, right, and for many persons who may have said that, okay, right, this is not a matter about belief. This is a matter about evidence and what weight of evidence it need to prosecute, right, when it comes to a criminal case. It's a different weight of evidence in a lawsuit. The weight of evidence that used in a lawsuit is the preponderance of guilt. Right? Now, when it comes to a criminal matter, the different weight of evidence has to be stronger. It is the strongest weight of evidence, simply meaning the weight of evidence that need to be utilized into a criminal case, a felony case, is proof beyond a reasonable doubt. So then the question was, did Paula Llewellyn prove the case against Vybz Kartel, right, beyond a reasonable doubt? The law is the law, people. The law is the law. The onus is on the prosecution, right, to prove its case, right, beyond a reasonable doubt. It is not for the defendant, right, to prove he's innocent beyond a reasonable doubt. That is not how the law is structured. If someone accused of a particular crime, the person who accused the person or the prosecutor the onus is on the prosecutor to prove that case beyond a reasonable doubt, not for Vybz Kartel to prove, right, their innocence beyond a reasonable doubt, right? And so then when you have doubt, the law that embedded said, if you have doubt in the case, then the defendant, the accused, must be free. That's simply the law. So when this case goes to the Privy Council, right, and the Privy Council see the procedural errors, because remember, when a case goes to the Privy Council doesn't try over case. The Privy Council examine, right, that during the trial, right, certain procedural errors did not occur, and so then, right, may fundamentally affects, right, justice for the accused. Now, I am going to show you, as it relates to that video where Paula Llewellyn know all this. Paula Llewellyn is the expert in the law. Paula Llewellyn administrate as it relates to the law in terms of prosecuting, right, an accused person based on the weight of the evidence. So here Paula Llewellyn, right, herself in a seminar settings, telling us how a case need to be articulated and why it is important for a prosecutor to work in tandem. Thank you, Tara. To work in tandem with investigators to bring forth a successful prosecution. I want people to listen to Paula Llewellyn herself speaking this without any further delay, right? Regardless that we have some form of technical difficulties, we are still coming with the fire. My people still wait on until we get the technical errors fixed, right? And see lovely Tara back in the business. So guess what? Without any delay, let us go through the clip for you to hear Paula herself articulating what a prosecutor need to do to have a successful case.
Right. All fingers and toes and everything that can be crossed.
Yes.
Is crossed. All right.
At a very good time in our history. And of course, we know the big elephant that is in the room. But
Are you
none
hearing
of us
guys?
here should be intimidated by it because it's a conference
back.
Loud and clear.
helps to
Thank you.
reassure all of us that we are capable. And one of my favorite phrases that after this conference, our testicular fortitude will be further entrenched to meet the challenges. Now, prosecuting financial crimes, I understand I have about 20 minutes, so I'm going to go through quickly. Okay. Who is the prosecution? The prosecution means not just the prosecutors who appear in court, but includes persons such as police officers and other state officials connected with the investigation and conduct of the case against the accused person. And this was reformulated by Mr. Justice Panton in the Jamaican Court of Appeal in a case involving a police officer as the accused, Harry Daly, and the Queen. So it means that even though the investigator may think, this information here that I've gathered, this statement, this video, this CCTV reel, it's not relevant. If the prosecution does not disclose it at a later date, that non-disclosure after a conviction in the Court of Appeal and the Privy Council we can pay the penalty for it and the conviction will be quashed. So we are joined at the hip, the investigator and the prosecutor, to make the prosecution. So we have prosecutors being the clerk of courts in the parish court, prosecutors in the DPP's office, Crown Counsel. We have prosecutors with state agencies like MOCA, FID, Integrity Commission, and we have any external attorney who has a fiat from me to prosecute. Now, how does the prosecutor prosecute? It is a wise and prudent prosecutor who makes sure that, especially in technical cases, you have case collaboration and case consultation with the investigator. It is an even more intelligent, astute, and wise investigator who makes sure that they never, ever subjugate their common sense to that demon ego. And excess of ego will neutralize common sense, because ultimately, even if you gather all the evidence that you believe is relevant, if certain things are not picked up, certain challenges are not picked up from day one, loopholes are not closed,
Stop it right there.
it may still mean that you go to court and the prosecutor.
Okay, I paused it.
Let me stop it right there.
You
Stop
want me to
her right
stop
there.
sharing
Yes.
right now?
Yes.
Okay, but it's still there.
Tara. Paula Llewellyn said, or one word, right? That it is prudent for the prosecutor and the investigators to work in collaboration, right? Having a successful prosecution. Paula Llewellyn said it is prudent for the prosecution or the prosecutors to work with the investigators to collaborate and ID the gray areas, find the gray areas, right, and covered the gray areas. It's Paula Llewellyn one word. Let us go back to Vybz Kartel case. The gray area, as it relates to the admission of evidence pertaining to how the police had retrieved the phone data. Paula Llewellyn would have known that that was a breach. No, that's number one. Paula Llewellyn could have also known that where you have a situation where a juror was poisoned, the poison jury doctrine is that the possibility of that juror to contaminate the entire juror pool. But yet, Paula Llewellyn go forward with that case. We just heard Paula Llewellyn that the prosecutor and the police, the investigators, need to work together, identify all the errors, and have them corrected. Because, as what she said, if it goes to the Privy Council, that case can be what? Squashed. The conviction can be squashed. So Paula Llewellyn know all of this. But Tara, what I want to ask Paula Llewellyn, since you articulate in that conference, in that seminar, that it is a prudent prosecutor that needs to work in collaboration with the investigator, I am asking Paula Llewellyn tonight, Paula Llewellyn, Are there any prosecutors working with the investigators relating to Pat Bailey's case? Now, I want to ask an honest question. Why a number 3 committed in the home of Patrick Bailey, in the home of Patrick Bailey, where a body is presented? A body is there.
The weapon.
A weapon is there.
No forced entry, no sign of
No forced
any.
entry. No forced entry.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Bailey was in that house.
Mm-hmm.
And Patrick Bailey's excuse is that, you know, he retired to bed, right? He did not hear anything.
Stumbled on the body at 4.
Inside that home, Tara, gun was fired. A bullet wound was there. And Patrick Bailey was fast asleep, did not hear anything, and there is no tampering as it relates to entry.
Mm-hmm. No foul play when it comes to that.
Number one, the door was not tampered for persons to come in and person to exit.
Mm-hmm.
So you tell me, Paula Llewellyn, as it relates to what you have articulated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Someone is calling. Yeah. So when you look at that, you see biasness. Tara, I want you to speak as it relates to the 2 cases that I have presented. One, where you understand, to me, mounting of evidence, a body is there, right?
Mm-hmm.
The weapon that commit the crime has been found, right? The person, you understand, who is inside the home with the body, right, has been there. I want to know why there is no charges mounting as it relates to Patrick Bailey. Your summary on the case.
Because clearly you can see the bias. You can see where favor lies. One of the things that was at the forefront of the questioning when it comes to Vybz Kartel, when they ask about the evidence, empirical evidence or substantial evidence.
Yes.
And that was part of the problem, because people keep saying, if him dead, where the body?
Hold on, let me correct you on that. Let me correct you on that. Circumstantial evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Circumstantial. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. So people were asking, where is the body?
Yes.
In Vybz Kartel case.
Exactly, Tara.
That up until this day, still no sign. You understand me? But here you have somebody who has a house, who the person was living in, Mr. Bailey. The body was there, the weapon was there. No sign of foul play as it relates to forced entry, anybody from the outside coming in and all of that. You can easily well line it up. Said, this is the man that was killed. This is the weapon that was used. This is the very place that he was killed. We found him here. This man is in the house here. Nobody else come from outside, inside. So this job must be an inside job. That's what it is saying. Okay. But yet, you feel free to not bring this man to justice, even though all of the evidence were aligned and pointing to one particular individual.
Exactly.
But here you have getting the phone records by whatever means that may not be of a legal way, and you take it, and all the things that were lined up against Mr. Kartel, as they say, with the jury being tainted, where they said that was not to be. You go again with the police tampering with the evidence and all of that, and you carry on, because even when there was any doubt, they said that you have to give the reason to the defendant. No, so the accused.
Yeah,
right?
the accused.
Yeah, the accused. And that was not done. When you get to a point, there should have been a gridlock. When there's any disagreement, when there's any doubt, it has to come to a gridlock. And until there is a resolution, none of that was done. You understand me? And it shows time and time again that you have one law for us, the people and the artists that we have in that country, and there's one law for the politicians.
Okay. Now, if you notice, Janet Jones said something there, right? How didn't they ask who stand to benefit from the death of the man in the home? Very good question. And here why that question is a very good question. Patrick Bailey, right? Oh, this man millions of dollars, right? And obvious differences with the person who got killed. Bless up yourself, Aromatic. All right, Mr. Soldier.
Blessed
right.
to the first lady, bless up to Tara, and I want to take the time out to bless up, all
right.
the beautiful viewers on.
Blessings to you.
Thank you. Blessings.
All
Happy
right.
Friday.
Okay. Yes, people. Remember, to you understand, go over and support Aromatic. Please remember, you understand. I mean, generally in the army, right? And we are doing it now. So, Aro, we are talking. Let me just quickly bring you up to spot. We are talking about the burden of proof, right? As it relates to what sort of proof you need to have a conviction when it comes to a criminal case. To have a conviction when it comes to criminal case, the burden of proof that need to be used is proof beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, we are saying in terms of comparing two cases. One, a Vybz Kartel case where nobody was found. A Patrick Bailey case where body was found. Number two, in Vybz Kartel case, you have clear breaches, procedural errors as it relates to what you call the poison fruit. In law, where you have the jury, a juror was tainted. And so with that juror being tainted, the ability of that juror tainted of the entire juror pool contaminated. Now, judging all these factors, and where in law it says, if you have the slightest doubt, then the defendant must walk. Or I know we make up the law.
No.
The law clearly stated, Tar, that where you have doubt, right, the person accused must be free.
Walk.
Tara, I mean, I've spoken to you already, Tara. All right. Tell me why Vybz Kartel was charged.
Yes.
And Patrick Bailey left alone. Talk to me.
Corruption at the highest level.
Corruption at the highest level.
Turn up till the buck.
Corrupt in the buck.
I want to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
So did they have any proof to say Kartel was trying to corrupt the juror?
No.
So could it be a case where the prosecutor bribed the juror to say it's Kartel for it to look bad and Vybz Kartel to say yes, him do it, because seeing the try bribe with it? Because there is so much fraud in our case.
Well, I tell you, Ara, and I see where you're going. I see where you're going, right? But what we are looking on, right? We are looking on evidence.
Yes.
And what the clear evidence stated, right, that as a result of that particular evidence,
Yes.
right, it has the Privy Council, right, overturned Vybz Kartel conviction
Yep.
based on the tainted juror.
Yep.
You understand? Because what they are saying, look, and let me say this to you, Aaron, there is nothing in the legislation to say to a judge that if and when you are processing this case and where a juror, right, may be contaminated or allowed his or herself to be bribed and henceforth being corrupted to make a decision, right? There's nothing in law that say that the judge, right, should dismiss that person, right? There's nothing in law, nothing in law. And this is why it is a fundamental wrong. It is a fundamental wrong to the fact that you are telling me that over the years, right, as it relates to we using the Westminster system, that no one did not identify or think of the possibility that you may have persons paying the juror, you understand, to contaminate. You understand? To come with a verdict, you understand, that favor the person who are paying. You are going to tell me, Janet Jones said exactly, Arrow, I said the very same thing. So then you are going to tell me that our good, learned, well-learned friend, no one said, you know, let us act proactively, right? And put in law as it relates to that sort of protection and the possibility where a juror, right, might be tainted. Because this now becomes a case law. You have to study in university, you know, as it relates to this particular case. And we are now the Privy Council, you understand, had overturned the conviction. My thing, now the CCJ, the Caribbean Court of Justice.
That should be our final court of appeal, right?
The final court of appeal.
It should be.
It should be.
Because it would be more feasible for us to
exactly
go right there than go to Europe.
Yes. You know, because I mean, for the very reason that the process in terms of going to the Privy Council is extremely expensive.
Yes.
Right. And so then the CCJ would have more better to offer us.
Yes.
But I am saying, judging to the fact that this sort of injustice had done,
yes,
I stand to believe that the CCJ, right, is going to reach a decision to dismiss the case. And one of the reasons why I am saying that, to retry a case like this, the amount of money that it is going to cost taxpayers.
Yes.
When you look on the injustice that carry itself as a result of the structure of the Westminster system not having that sort of protection against the system in terms of when you have a tainted jury, right? The judge must dismiss that jury.
Yes. Can you imagine the amount of guys from the ghetto, the garrisons, who don't have the money as Cartel do, is like they're rotting now?
I spoke the same thing earlier. All right. I had spoken the same thing, right? And can you imagine, Aaron? The possibility exists where in many of those cases, jurors were also tainted.
Yes. Yes.
But you have Vybz Kartel with as much capital injection can fight for justice to the end.
Yes.
Others don't have that opportunity. And many today might have been serving, you understand?
Yes, man.
A penalty that is totally right against them. Man. And I mean injustice that they have to bear.
Patrick Bailey, that's a murder, but Ruel Reid, That's another crime. Grace McLean, that's another crime. Petra Jam, that's another crime. Montague, that's another crime. It goes on and on and on and on. But it only reached the youth from the ghettos, the garrisons, the inner city, the urban community and rural Jamaica. Only we, because them claim we are not nobody. So only we, because how can it be? A man murder in your house, the body is there, and then the first thing man do come say, the prime suspect.
The weapon was there as well.
Bed rest. The prime suspect you rule him out. Say need bed rest. Eh? And then a case where you fight the search to get evidence, you convict that man wholly and solely. And where you have the evidence, you say the man forget bed rest. Man come out concern but broad like a sharpshooter.
Why broad like?
Sharpshooter. And that Patrick Bailey come out concern. Because he oligarchs.
Teflon done.
Yes.
Teflon done.
Can't be touched. You understand? So it's just showing up the system worldwide and showing that the system is corrupt. And somebody, I hear somebody was talking today about the new commissioner of police. Right? I'm not switching. I'm just touching the new commissioner of police that coming. Or if you have new commissioner of police and Andrew Wallace and Chang still did it. Are the same thing. Andrew Wallace are them boss.
Exactly.
So what's gonna change, my brother? Nothing can change. Andrew Wallace are the whole of them boss. Him call the shot.
Yes.
This man is into tech. So him go use tech and find the man them up in the hills of Westmoreland and St. Mary and all of them things they were Wi-Fi no work. Because they say him is a techie. But the man don't know nothing about terrain and all of them things there.
Yes.
You understand? So we yet to see what is going to happen. But my take on this, my brother, from Andrew Holness is there and Horace Chang is there. Are the same thing. And them call the shot and a Google.
Well, yeah, we
it's
speak
just
about
a puppet right there for them, my brother.
Speak about Juliet controlling the house, suppressing all the reports. Juliet is there to suppress all the reports. Yes.
But may I say something?
Speak down.
If you notice, you know, what Andrew, I tell them at the end of his tenure is going to go down legendary. He made sure he put people in prime position. You realize that Andrew have people to back him behind every possible way you can think of. Or you realize that every part you touch, there's somebody there that Andrew have to cover him behind at a moment's notice. Also, to what I wanted to say earlier, you said you spoke about Miss Llewellyn. Should I call her that? Miss Madam BPP. Paula. And you played the clip where she stated clearly that if you don't do it in accordance to the law in tandem, then there are going to be holes that come in the case and it's going to be quashed.
Exactly.
She said that loud and clear, but yet still she forged ahead with what she go through still. Do you think that she did not bargain on the fact that Vybz Kartel was going to push for this appeal to go to the Privy Council? So she wanted to put it out there so it can appear that justice is being done. But she still never bargained to the fact that he was going to push it to that level, and now their behind is exposed.
Well, I mean, it's a terrible embarrassment. Go ahead.
You know what? Them never know say a youth named Isaac Buchanan.
Yes.
When go rise.
Yes.
And that's why you see them try to do everything to kick him out. To debar him.
Yes.
When the youth know they not want freedom of speech. I got a tongue. I know you alone in the world named Paula.
Exactly.
Eh?
Exactly.
And what try to get him out. So that's it. Because remember a man that was on the case first, one named Pinson,
Yes.
Yes.
Tavares.
Remember the position where some people get after what happening? Remember the position where some people get in. Just watch the gift them, That government is good for gift. You just say something and you always cover everybody in high place. I saw him make the money, I saw him pay them out.
Yes.
Now,
Go ahead, my brother.
look here now. What we are going to touch now, because we have some technical difficulties earlier, All right.
Yeah, I was watching the show.
All right. I see right now, my Bex. I see Joe to my Bex. Me have to project forcefully tonight because them take a little minutes them earlier. Now, we're going to the KSAMC, the KSAMC saga, right? As it relates to the art of corruption.
Cash cow. Give me a minute.
You what call it? The cash cow. Right? So we will be digging now
Pretty
into
name.
KSAMC. KSAMC. We are going to dig. And we are going to reveal why the Jamaica Labour Party, right, wanting to fight so hard to hold on unto KSAMC. Right? Why they fight so hard? Hold on.
That is the prize.
To hold on unto the jury. Right?
Just the Crystal Palace.
The Crystal Palace. And let me tell them, we can tell them now, Aaron, that what left to come, right, is going to be exposure upon exposure.
Yeah, man.
Now, let me show you something. Some of what, right, as it relates to potential investigation that is going to dig into, right, KSAMC, right?
Yes.
Now, we're going to lift up the first document, right, so that people can see, right, and understand that Jamaica Labour Party, right, can never, let me say this, and I'm saying it with confidence,
yes,
can never, ever win the general election.
Which is right.
All right, let me say. With likes like you, myself, Rattigan, Wayne Lonesome, DeAndre Stevens, Jamaican Carlos,
my little sister named Anna-Isabel Rose.
Anna-Isabel Rose,
yeah.
Hot Topic,
Hot off the press.
Yes.
Let me ask.
Talk your mind.
Talk your mind. Right? Who me not remember? You don't know it go.
Yes.
How Andrew Honest is going to cross it? Because there are some lies what I'm telling you. And even in the budget, what I mean, the budget presentation as it relates to Nigel Clark, I'm going to touch that later now. So guess what? They cannot cross it with their lies.
No, man.
Because we are here to expose the truth.
Yeah, that's
right.
It.
They
that's
can't
it.
cross it with their lies.
That is
right.
It.
All of them propaganda media, right, have to go down when we speak the truth. Yeah, no alternate truth around here. No. We are talking about the factual truth. Now, so let us get into the first document and let us show the reason why some people are fretting. Get into Jamaica Building Construction and all this.
Okay.
So let us expose them now to the world. And put it to 200 that they can also see it and read it. We want everyone to know that we are speaking the truth, nothing but the truth.
200.
Right? So that is big enough. Okay. All right, good. Thank you, Ivory. All right. Building construction lawlessness, inefficiency, and incompetence or corruption. Right? Now, that notice who speak on it? Bruce Golden. So you can't come say it is People's National Party spreading propaganda. Bruce Golden, September 3, 2022. So any problem we don't have, we're going to take it up with Bruce Golden. Now, source of much complaint, especially in the corporate area, is the prevalence of construction projects, particularly housing developments, that are in breach of the applicable regulations. You see projects going up almost everywhere. In many instances, what is being built, if any approval was ever granted, when you hear that, people, is far different from what was approved. We want to listen, people. What go on at the KSAMC? You may have lived for many years in a quiet neighborhood. You see the zinc fence go up, construction starts, workmen get busy, and trucks carrying steel and premix concrete go in and out. Before long, they are up to 3, 4, 5 floors. The beautiful view you used to have is now black. Later on, people start moving in. There isn't enough parking for all those people and their visitors. So many end up parking on the street. Eventually, traffic on the road becomes a nightmare. Vehicles are parked on your verges. Sometimes you can hardly drive out of your gate. Under the Building Act, the archaic arrangement is that the developers are to put up a notice on the site and at the nearest police station and post office indicating what they intend to build, so that as an affected person, you would have the opportunity to raise your objection. I was pleased to learn that the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, KSAMC, will shortly be posting this information on a website that people can visit periodically to see what projects are being planned for their neighborhood. Sufficient unto that day, the primitive posting of notices is supposed to be done before approval is granted by the local planning authority, the KSAMC. But very often, nothing of the sort is done. You just see the structure rising from the ground. When you check it out, the developers may not have got the necessary approval for the project. No building permit was issued, or what often happens is that they get a permit for a particular set of plans, but what they proceed to construct is based on a complete different set of plans. Take that document away. Yes. Aaron. Tara.
So, make I see if I can refresh.
Yeah, at the first document that I push out, you know.
Yeah, the audience in mind. So I have to see if I can remember if a certain person 800 million apartment complex is in jeopardy because no road no there to go there, and some people want cut one road through one woman house. No, I see him.
What kind of dopey story aromatics of your attack?
Arrow, hold on. Put him back the whip. Put him back the whip in your pocket. Let's take you out here. Let's go the whip yet.
Oh my God.
Put him back the whip. We are good on that. We are getting there. We are getting there. Put him back the whip. Put him back the whip. No. Apart from that, the problem there, no.
Yes.
Apart from that, the problem there, right? Now, remember, say, we have a young lady scream out when Mr. Ennis wanted, you understand, to go independent.
Yes.
What the lady said, you spend 8 years at the KSAMC, you eat and you're full, you cry.
Yes.
Well, all right, you hear it, right?
Yes, man. Joy,
Hear it, right?
Joy Cotchwell.
Joy Cottrell said, you spend 8 years there as the deputy mayor. You eat and you're full, you're crap. You know what Cottrell is admitting to? Cottrell is admitting to the next document that I'm going to present. So let me read to the entire public what Cottrell is admitting to without any further delay on it. Put up this document. Let us look what she admitted to.
Right. Make sure it is being shared. Okay. There you go.
All right. Published Wednesday, December 9, 2020. Right? Parliamentary reporter. Right? Okay. The Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, KSAMC, could not explain to the Auditor General Department variances amounting to $389 million. $389.6 million between accounting records regarding total sum spent on road maintenance activities over the 6-year period between 2014, 2015, and 2019 and 2020. In a performance audit report tabled in Parliament on Tuesday, the MUGD said that for the period under review, the KSAMC spent a total of $3.3 billion from parochial revenue fund, expenditure of which $3.25 billion was used for roadworks, maintenance activities, with the remaining $0.05 billion represented administrative costs. Right? The KSAMC obtained funding for road maintenance from money collected from property taxes and motor vehicle license paid into the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development Managed Equalization Fund and the PRF. Over the period of 2014 to 2020, the ministry allocated $3.7 billion from the PRF. In its performance audit report, the AUGD said that the KSAMC presented schedules and ledger posting as a means of providing evidence of financial activities regarding parochial roads. However, the corporation could not confirm that the figures reflected in the records were true and could be relied on. For instance, KSAMC could not explain, let me read back over. For instance, KSAMC could not explain the variances cited between its general ledger and subsidiary records as it's related to the PRF expenditure. Our analysis established that there were variances amount to $389.6 million between accounting records regarding total spent, the report said. Take that away.
Okay.
Aaron.
You know that the Jamaica Labour Party
Yes,
is a criminal organization.
exactly. I'm even back upon that. Defend your upon that.
When you said Joy come and said, you know, you stayed there for 8 years.
Yes.
And when you say you full your cry, we know what I mean. If you say you stay there for 8 years and your milk 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 taxpayers' money, and that Joy mean, you know, saying did you and the tea for 8 years. And you hungry feel away now. A wicked, you know, Hennis. You're wicked too, you're not going to be the deputy mayor again. At that, you're bad man, you're this, you're that. But remember before what Cliff you said, there are political troughs.
Yes.
Look at the state of the city. It's dirty, it's nasty, it stinks. You
Exactly.
guys should be get booted.
Exactly. Exactly. But let me warn them.
Cliff.
Tara, what you have to say on the matter?
Boy, Arrow look like him off a lick it till he bust tonight. You understand me?
Yes, Tara.
But Cliff Hughes is the one to talk. He knows about many of it. You understand me? But as Miss, what the lady name? And when I
Kartel.
heard that woman, you must know how affected she was because tears, yeah, water, me feels like nose knot and everything mixed with the how that woman a ball. You understand me? And we know when we talk in Jamaica, say you full your craft, full your gut. That means you have done so much, you have gained so much. Now you're satisfied. And you are not going to be in a certain position anymore. So guess what? Anything or anything now. You can
Okay.
go on because I have had enough. You
Yes.
understand me? And she hurt.
Yes. But Tara, let me tell Jamaica also what she mean. She's saying, Ennis, you can't run right now. You need to turn up in a something. Because remember, Ennis, you what she say? Remember, Ennis, investigation of a running up. And we want to make Delroy Williams continue as the deputy mayor because at least he's there and he can interrupt. You
Cushion.
understand with possible investigation. Let me talk to Delroy Williams. Delroy Williams. I am going to, and the reason why I talk to Delroy Williams because of other documents that I'm going to present tonight. So I talk to Delroy Williams that if you believe that you are going to maintain deputy mayor for the reason to interrupt any investigation, you have a next thing coming. You have a next thing coming. And so then, we are going to make sure that the investigation carried out in a very thorough way. Because we know why you are fighting, they are fighting as it relates to Delroy Williams maintain the deputy mayor, which now cause a situation between him and Ennis. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Now, we are going to document them tonight. Now, to show you that this is serious, let us look on the next document what the sleeping watchdogs are saying as it relates to the Integrity Commission watchdog having eyes right there in the center. Without any further delay, let us lift up that document. We are getting there.
Clean up some of these. Just 1 sec. I just quickly do it. Yes, it's been shared.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Thank you again. Okay. Sleeping watchdog. KSAMC. NEPA slammed as developer almost triples rooms in building breaches. Let me read that over. KSAMC. NEPA slammed as developer almost triple room in building breaches. On see the amount of corruption that is taking place at the KSAMC. The amount of corruption and NEPA is under the responsibility of the Prime Minister. And in spite of those breaches, right, the Prime Minister would have made aware NEPA is in his office. And so then we wonder why the Prime Minister holds 19 agencies under his office. 19 agencies. These are some of the reasons, and we are going to get and expose it all. There are more questions about negligence or possible corruption. at the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation and the National Environment and Planning Agency, NEPA, that is under the responsibility of the Prime Minister, following a court case that revealed that a developer built 32 bedrooms at a St. Andrew development approved for just 12. The man built 32, did not have permit to build.
20 extra.
Right? Now, in ruling against the developer, first to change community rules on Monday, Justice Natalie Hart-Hines turned the spotlight on the two public watchdogs by noting that a country is in decay when it becomes lawless and corrupt because those responsible for managing it fail to do their job. Andrew Holness failed to do his job. The KSAMC and NEPA have been dilatory in their mandate to enforce local planning laws and regulation and to promote sustainable development, she said to the situation at 10 Roseberry Drive in Acadia, St. Andrew, where Belgravia Development Company, led by Cliff Rochester Butler, is building the apartment complex. The judge rejected Belgravia's application to modify the restrictive covenants, which are stipulations on property titles to protect property values and maintain neighborhood aesthetics. In January 2019, Belgravia sought the court permission to modify the restrictions to build a multi-family structure in a mostly single-family area. However, two residents, Jalil and Gilda Andal, objected, arguing that the development would impact their privacy, peace, and security. The judge ruled in the residents' favor on Monday after hearing arguments in October and visiting the development. It was from those visits that the judge confirmed many of the violations of the permits, leading her to question the KSAMC and its inspectors, all of them splitting in bribe. Handel was represented by Gavin Goff and Matthew Royal of Myers, Fletchers and Garden, while Jacqueline Cummins and Clifton Campbell of Archer, Cummins and Company argued for Belgravia. Cummins said that some of the breaches were because of a misunderstanding by the developers' representatives, who included project manager David McLeod. Robert Hill, the KSAMC chief executive officer, told the Gleaner on Monday that the municipal authority will be reviewing the file and will respond accordingly. There were problems from the beginning, as the judge observed that the property was less than half an acre and was unsuitable for a multi-family resident. Take that document away. Now, let us repeat what the young lady said. 8 years you spent there. Doing what, Aaron?
Fooling craft, milking taxpayers' money.
Pulling what?
Fooling craft and thief. Let me tell Jamaican them and thief. Thief
So
taxpayers' money.
I could tell Jamaica what they go on now, Aaron. Let me talk to Jamaica what they go on now. Talk to Jamaica what go on. Patrick Bailey, the Teflon done what them can't lock up. Look, go back the same. Patrick Bailey is the man who set up several companies for Andrew Holness, including ADMAT. Some companies what set up as it relates to Patrick Bailey setting up those companies for Andrew Holness. Company particularly including with Gavin, where Mr. Holness is also a director in the company. Andrew Holness is a director in the company. And Gavin is a director of the company.
And Nigel Clark.
Nigel Clark is also a director in Positive Jamaica, that company. Positive Jamaica Foundation that belongs to Andrew Holness. Belongs to Andrew Holness. Now, We have seen friends and colleagues, right, breaching permits, right, which the KSAMC fully aware, NEPA fully aware, but choose not to do anything. Because guess what? The mayor and the deputy mayor spent what? 8 years doing what? Pulling
Thieving taxpayers' money, brother.
pulling their crowd. What
Yeah.
you know? What you know, Aro? Here where we are going now. You remember the first belt that we take out?
Yes, man.
Eh? I
Yes,
want
ma'am.
coke up whip. I want coke up whip you take out. You know?
Yes, man.
All right.
Bad bull peg me, I go take out here now, man.
We are going to take out back the belt then. The same belt that we are going to take out back. Now, let us go into the next document and take out the and just show people, you understand, how far up the corruption reach as it relates to KSAMC. So they are fretting up. They are fretting what is about to reveal. Let us let the people them know that. Let us go into the next document. Bam bam there tonight. Ella go broke loose.
Just clean it up little.
Thank you. Here it goes. Owners. Juliet owners in property squabble. Juliet suing landowner as upscale St. Andrew neighborhood seek Prime Minister intervention in wives development. What a worthlessness this? People, this is more than worthlessness. See the development here, people. Sunday, August 16, 2020. Can you imagine what a disgrace? And say she had the speaker of the house and involved in them a bangaranya. Residents of the three upscale St. Andrew communities are demanding Prime Minister Andrew Holness intervention to address alleged breaches at housing development linked to his developer wife, Juliet Holness. You think say Andrew can't talk to Juliet? You must be mad. Juliet run things, you know.
Yes, man.
Juliet run things, Arrow.
Yes, man.
Tara. Juliet run things, you know. You can't talk to Juliet about this. Juliet was the member of
Same way,
parliament.
so go.
Juliet was the member of parliament for St. Andrew East Rural up to last week, dissolution of parliament to make way for the September 3 general election. The residents of Lee's Flat, Forest Hills, and East Thursland Heights raised issues about two developments in on August 10, 2020. Letter addressed to the Prime Minister, who has responsibility for housing, land, and environment. But you know what, you know, people? They wonder which part Juliet owners get much money from, you know. And all of them, and particularly them sort of development that what she have. Did she, was it revealed under Andrew Holness statutory declaration for 2019?
No, sir.
I mean, we don't see them something I reveal, you know. We don't see them something I reveal, you know. You understand me? How much development them a do, right? And if they don't pay cash for it, right, them supposed to show some loans. You understand me? I say?
Yes.
Now, the first matter relates to a bus stop they claim was moved without a notice or consultation to facilitate development at lots 2 and 3, Block C in Leeds Flat, Red Hills. No, say, Mrs. Holness, Andrew Holness' wife, and if the woman want piece of land, I'll do enough for it. She no can use badness and take it away.
That's right.
The second unrelated issue of features Juliet development at lot 21A and lot 21B lease flat, which the residents say makes them extremely concerned. Insisting they are not against development. They are demanding urgent remedy to mitigate the devaluation of our property.
My God.
You can't talk to Juliet. What do you mean? If Juliet wants to devalue your property, you can't tap it. Our husband of the Prime Minister. Our husband of the Prime Minister, and she's the
And she's the Speaker of the House.
And she's the Speaker of the House.
Yeah.
You can't apart. More piece of this, I'm going to take it. You understand? I said, no business if few piece one devalue. Let us bring
No.
it back over again. Insisting they are not against development. They are demanding urgent remedy to mitigate the devaluation of our property and of our neighborhood and the quality of life of the citizens in whose interest the government is expected to act. Sewage impact, number of habitable rooms approved for the property, traffic, fire prevention provisions, green space, and privacy are among the key concerns. All of them the breach. You understand? Juliet will talk about them. There's something there. Our husband and the Prime Minister have 19 offices, agencies, and office, including NEPA. You know our husband run NEPA. So I'm not talking to her for. You understand? Him control NEPA, you know. Emerging. 2 is a legal battle between the developer and our resident, Dr. Charlene Ashley, who is in contending that her house and land are contained within the government-approved boundaries of Juliet's development. Ashley, who is also the president of Leeds Flat Citizens Association, had sold a piece of her land, part 2 of Lot 21A, to Juliet, who is one of 2 directors and the majority shareholders of JAJ Development and Holdings Limited, who knows so much company they have, for 22 million in 2012. None of them the money there. You understand how she a bill? We not see it on the 2019 statutory declaration. What a bang around this. The following year, approval was given by National Environment and Planning Agency, NEPA. Whoa, she get all our approval. And the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, KSAMC, yes, for construction of multi-family and single-family dwellings and land. Oh, you mean, we don't respect no law. You understand? Bad man government, nothing can stop it. You understand? You don't need permit for them to sit there. The permits were amended in 2019, but with the development now 60% complete, residents are raising alarm. In review of the approval, along with the approved drawings, there appears to be substantive anomalies or breaches in numerous instances. We're not about to talk about breaches. You understand? A Juliet, you understand? And an Anjo, and them run things. Read a section of letter sent by the resident and signed for by an official at the office of the Prime Minister. Woo! What a bangarang. On August 11, can you imagine? Chief among the concern is what they claim was the approval of more habitable rooms per acre than allowed by law. You know, hear that? That Andrew no bad man. You understand? I am run NEPA, you know. Just approve the thing, man, and make it thing run. What not talk about? And we run things, you know. Habitable rooms, including living room and bedrooms, but exclude verandas, bathroom, and kitchens. Using the report of Dr. Earl Bailey, an urban planner contracted by Ashley, the resident argued that 96 rooms were identified on the approved plan, which is above the highest allowed habitable rooms for the acreage under consideration. Now that can go on because they are going now. Juliet run things and she speak I also. The actual number of habitable rooms seems to exceed 120. You know, hear the people, you know, hear the corruption. Habitable rooms. This points to a disparity between the summary metrics and the cover page and the set of stamped and approved drawings and what is reflected on the detailed drawings. They argued. Up to press time, the office of the Prime Minister was yet to respond to questions submitted by the Sunday Gleaner. When I rang him, Anjo, no answer nothing. Take the document there. No answer nothing. You understand? Me don't know what I'm call you for the ask about railway, blah, blah, blah. No, you run things. You don't need to answer nothing. You understand? You know answer to that. You understand? I know answer to the illicit 6. So you go, Aaron. You not answer to the illicit 6.
Which is right. Them not answer to nobody because them run things.
Them run things.
And you touch a point a while ago, and we gonna come back on it because remember Andrew Wellness now have no serious profession in it.
Exactly.
Andrew Wellness mother and him father no left no well give them.
Exactly.
Juliet went just to sell down a market.
All right.
So 200 million.
To get serious.
200 million more, and it's $1 billion. apartment she a build.
Mm-hmm.
When she come by so much money for the bill $800 million apartment. You get approved for about, I think, about 70. or
Yes.
50. Now it's at 120.
Exactly.
Remember the terrain of the land, you know, it's up on a hill.
Exactly.
So just think about the sewage.
Exactly.
What is going to happen coming down?
Sleeze under the ground and affect the people.
Because the project never designed to hold so much mess.
Exactly.
It's gonna be a problem, and then you didn't have any roads before.
And the possibility of soil slippage. Speak about that too.
That is going to happen because it not look like said them they put none of those things in place. The main thing what them want is to build the place and have a road.
Exactly.
And it no matter how them get the road, if them have to bulldoze down to somebody what work them hard-earned cash, build them house, and you go run a road through it to get to your apartment complex where and not if you go live there because you don't have a giant mansion where you can't get account up on the hill.
Exactly.
In a somebody neighborhood where they choose to spend the rest of them life. Them have their house and you want to lick off piece of the person house. They build a road, you know, they go up in there. And the government, NEPA, in bringing an office. Remember I said Delroy Williams is just a puppet for him.
Yes.
So if you notice them councillor them, some of them can't do maths, some of them can't read good, can't talk, because those are the people that they want. Because
Exactly.
they're only there as a puppet.
Can manipulate.
Definitely.
They are just there as a
Perfectly right.
puppet. Is the MP or the Prime Minister run things. So when you look at the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, Feda only did so. We say him is a mayor, but Andrew run things. Because we get all of these things come true. Andrew have to sign off on them and tell Feda what to do.
Feda is only a yes man.
Yes, man. Who no fi go there so go do none test and who no fi go there so go do none test. And then him have NEPA right in an office and he says, sit down right here, so my wife to build that over there. So anything I feel wife, I feel man and wife.
Exactly.
So uno no touch nothing, want to see where I do. Uno just see it and buy the same thing with the Barnetts.
The apparent corruption.
I hear that the same design that the Barnetts have is the same design the Wellness have. So the Barnetts themselves, where them get money from? I want if you see the web what they weave. The
Exactly.
Barnett, the same design that the Barnett them have is the same design the Wellness them have. So
Yes.
I'm wondering if the Barnetts them just there as the face for the Wellness and that project. Because
Exactly.
they also get permission to build 11 one-rooms.
Right.
And they turn it out into 2 and 3 bedrooms.
Three bedrooms.
Right? And now they say no charge can lay against this guy because the time is too much. I don't know. Every
Stop
other
right there, sir.
country, I see America and Canada, they love people when you hold.
Yes. Yes. But stop right there, sir. Aaron, let me remind you something. So as it relates to the Barnetts,
Yes.
you remember what Paula Llewellyn said in the seminar? What she said? She said the prosecution team and the investigators, right, are to work in tandem, right? Work together, right? In terms of coming with a successful prosecution, particularly in high financial cases. So then hold on now. Paula Llewellyn would have known about, you understand, the time limitation. So then if Paula Llewellyn was working with the investigators, right, to deal with this particular case, right, why she anticipate the time limit? That's when the case now goes to her. You understand? She's going to say, you understand, the time has exceeded. No, we can't charge. Want to see the corruption, people?
Yes.
We just want to point out the corruption, you know.
Yes, man.
That's why I'm sure the seminar what she is saying as it relates to she You understand? The prosecution team and investigators that need to work together. But when it comes to certain people, Paula Llewellyn no one work together because she's just not going to prosecute. You understand? Just like she's not working together as related to Patrick Bailey case. She and no investigator now work together for prosecute. You understand what I say, Patrick Bailey? You see what I say? So now, yes, go ahead.
It's the same thing she did with Kartel.
Exactly.
Remember when they get the forensic reporter to deal with the tape?
Yes.
And the man come in and say, wow, there is so much tampering on the phone, the voice note and all of that.
Yes.
What they said, it cannot use because it expired the time. Because what she did, she pull it out until it expired. So when they get all that evidence with the tamper with the phone and stuff, it couldn't use in the court of law again. So she is known for that, to make things draw out until then say the time has expired, so them can't prosecute anybody again. It's a pattern.
Utilizing her delay tactics. You understand? And that is our modus operandi. You understand? In utilizing delay tactics. Right? Yes. Now, watch this now. So when we have 18 degrees now, Zara Burton, right, investigating these shell companies.
Yes.
And realize that these shell companies tied to politicians and how, you understand, contracts being, you understand, possibly,
awarded.
Yes, going through these companies.
Yes.
Right? It is a call to concern. No, but not only that, why I'm telling you about the KSAMC and the ultimate corruption, and that Feda, you understand, is put there only as a trigger man.
Yes.
Because Feda, brother, watch this now as it relates to 18 degrees now. I could try to make the people understand. Yes, look on this document, you know, Tara.
She went off for a bit.
Okay, she went off for a bit. Okay. Look at this. All right, we'll go through this document. So we want to put a better clarity as to why Zara Burton investigating these companies. Now, before becoming a member of parliament, so Zara Burton here is trying to provide history of association between Andrew Holness and these men before them even enter into, you understand, as MP, right? What Zara Burton tried to do here is to highlight history. Before becoming a member of parliament in 2020, Donovan Williams may have been known to Prime Minister Andrew Holness for some time, even if just by association. After all, he is the brother of the mayor of Kingston, Delroy Williams, who has also been a Jamaica Labour Party councillor in the Serve Right Garden Division within Mr. Holness West Central St. Andrew constituency for 2 decades. But in 2020, the relationship between MP Williams and Prime Minister Holness seems to have extended beyond politics. That year, not only did the attorney become the secretary of 3 companies registered in 2020 linked to Prime Minister Holness. Let me read it back over, make people understand it. That year, not only did the attorney become the secretary of 3 companies, you know, registered in 2020 linked to Prime Minister Andrew Holness, but he also became a director of Mr. Holness Positive Jamaica Foundation Limited, where he served for a year. There is Donovan Williams. There is the mayor. No. The company linked to Prime Minister Holness and on which MP Williams served as a secretary, including Imperium Investment Holdings Limited, which was incorporated in June 2020 and whose purpose is investment in assets of all classes. Imperium sole director and shareholder is Prime Minister Holness, who holds 600 of 1,000 ordinary shares. The remaining 400 shares are unallotted according to records at the Company's Office of Jamaica. MP Williams is also Secretary of Estate Bridge Development Limited, a company registered in July 2020 to carry out general construction. People don't hear that? To carry out general construction. Estate Bridge as its shareholders, Mr. Holness Imperium Investment, which owns 4,001 of the 10,000 ordinary shares. Adam Holness, seemingly his son, who holds 2,000 shares. Mr. Holness' sister, Sijia Anderson, who holds another 2,000 shares. And a businessman in Montego Bay, Norman Brown, who owns 1,000 shares. 999 shares remain unallotted. Finally, MP Williams is also Secretary of Positive Media Solutions Limited, which was set up in October 2020 to do media broadcasting, multimedia services, event management, communications, and promotion. At Interception, businessman Mark, as you know, was the only listed director and was allotted one of the 100 authorized ordinary shares. The holder of the other 99 shares was Imperium Investment Holdings Limited, whose beneficial owner is Prime Minister Holness. 2 years later, on October 31st, 2022, Imperium forfeited its 99 shares and they were re-allotted to Andrew Matthew Holness, who used the same address as the Prime Minister and who, based on reporting in the public domain, appears to be his other son. Prime Minister Holness' full name is Andrew Michael Holness. So let us take that document away, honey, and let us reason. Now, just look at it. As it relates to, we know that when Andrew Holness left high school, right? Left university, sorry, right? He owed student loans.
Yes.
No. Let us think of this.
Yes.
Let us think of this. No, this is a man that talking about every ghetto youth is a star. Think of it. That when he ventured into politics,
Yes,
the man has no money whatsoever. Now, look, based on what I am looking on, the people need to understand, based on certain allegations what out there, apart from allegations, from allegations where the Integrity Commission zoom in on Andrew Holness. But apart from those, there are rumors as it relates to possible truck that they own, you understand, that dealing with bauxite haulage. We don't have any evidence that they do, but we are talking about some serious allegations. You understand? We know for sure, as it relates to certain building structure, that Mrs. Holness, you understand, has been constructing.
Those are
So then,
facts.
as it relates to the period between 2007 to 2009, when the Prime Minister mixed up in the bangarang, right? You realize now that as we speak, the Prime Minister, you understand, as it relates to his wealth, it's gone into the billions. How many billion God he knows? The Prime Minister wealth gone into the billions.
Me feel say the man is close to $1 trillion here now, you know.
Well, look here.
Oh dear,
And
man.
you could be right. Now, look what I'm saying and look at the corruption. One of the reasons that he had given as it relates to his 2019 statutory declaration, as it relates to his source of funds, was SSL, you know. Aaron, I want you to remember that
Yes.
one of his reasons given to the Integrity Commission as it relates to his source of funds is SSL.
Yes.
But look at this now. Look at this now, Aaron. SSL wasn't doing any investment,
No.
So this is what I'm saying. And I want people to get it. I want people to get this. Right? Andrew Holness had given the Integrity Commission, you understand, to say that, okay, to justify some source of his funds, you understand, from SSL. Now, if SSL, right, is not doing an investment, how Andrew Holness make profit on its investment? It don't make no sense.
You can't make no profit when no investment now take place.
SSL was stealing investors' money from 2016.
Exactly.
Board put in his money 2012, and immediately when Board put in his money, you understand, they take it out. So tell me, what sort of investment SSL right was doing as it relates to investors' money? They weren't doing that. They were stealing investors' money. So the big question that Integrity Commission need to ask, because at the time when Integrity Commission verified the 2019, certified the 2019 statutory declaration, right, was on the basis that, you understand, some of the source of fund was explained as a result of SSL. In 2019, SSL did not experience the crash and the mayhem that it experienced. It experienced it in 2021.
Yes.
So now that the Integrity Commission have an understanding of what transpired with SSL, the question have to go back to Andrew Holness to justify your funds. Because you cannot use SSL to justify the source of the funds. So people need to understand what is happening, where Andrew Holness get his money from. So the problem that the Integrity Commission have is to the fact that Andrew Holness, Juliet Holness, they are unable to explain their source of funds.
They can.
They can't explain their source of funds.
Yeah.
March 31st coming, you understand,
Gonna be 3
has
years.
to do again in terms of declaring a statutory declaration. That again is not going to be verified.
It's gonna be 3 years, right?
Yes. So just look at that. It's
We're in
2021,
Yep.
not verified, not certified. It's 2022, not certified. It's 2023, which is going to be for March 31st.
Yeah.
It's not going to be verified. And here you have a prime minister speaking a third term with the illicit six, where he is possibly a part of the illicit six.
Byron, where in the world you heard of this? The prime minister or the president? I see one guy try it, and I think that guy is trying to, to follow that guy,
Yes.
and that is the Trump.
Yes.
He is the only one that tried that stunt. But if you check the world and prime minister and president, nobody hide their statutory declaration for 3 years.
Can't.
You are a fraud prime minister. This man not supposed to be a prime minister. The people of Jamaica are supposed to reject this man. This is criminal at the highest level. This is criminal behavior. What are you hiding? If I don't have nothing to hide, Byron, I am gonna give it to you because I don't have nothing to hide.
Exactly.
When I'm not giving it the paper to you, it simply means I have something to hide. I am protecting something.
It is shocking.
And it's obvious to see to the whole Jamaica. Stop rum and boom and weed. Stop chicken back and rice alone. Start just think a little bit. Use some common sense. And say, listen to me. If me go up Chinaman shop and go take it and then put me on camera and disgrace me.
Exactly.
So why
You're
should I
perfectly right.
allow the Prime Minister? You can't allow the Prime Minister this loophole for him continue and them talk about third term.
Sad. Sick.
This is madness, man.
Right?
Madness. But I don't know if you see the labor right them, you know. I don't know if you see them body language.
Yes.
I don't know if you see them body language. The labor rights them now, from the Prime Minister to everybody, they are going through emotion. The wind lick out at them.
Yes.
If you notice, I want you to tell me when last you see the Prime Minister laugh.
Well, which is true.
From after the local government election, tell me when you see him give a speech or even smile and laugh.
Well,
I watch your body language, man, and it tells a whole lot.
But, Aro, okay, I want to try to understand, right, as it relates to our democracy. Yes. Here you have the Prime Minister obviously under investigation.
Yes.
I am wondering as it relates to why Jamaicans accept this. Accept this. You have the Prime Minister under investigation. You have the Prime Minister have to deal with situation as it relates to illicit fix, right? That he doesn't want to reveal. And apart from that, you have the Prime Minister's wife, who is the Speaker of the House. And let us, when we think that it can't get any worse than that, not only that the Prime Minister's wife is the Speaker of the House, the Prime Minister's wife sits on the Integrity Commission oversight. Think of it. Just think of what we are talking about. Now, let us look. When you realize that, okay, there are 3 reports sent to Parliament. 3 reports that had gone through the process of the appropriate practice, policy, and culture being taken as it relates to the same procedure prior to Andrew Holness being in power. Other previous prime ministers obey, right, the same SOP, the standard operating procedures as it relates to the OCG. You understand that now convert into the Integrity Commission. You understand as it relates to how these investigative reports processed through Parliament. You understand the appropriate standard never being derailed, never being interfered with. But now you have 3 reports that sent to Parliament, and Juliet Owens sits on those reports. Now, you are talking about suppressing our democratic rights, right? The rights as it relates to our treasury needs to be protected. And if you have persons pilfering from our treasury, well, on a dog, me and Mr. if him win again. No, that's very serious, Jenny. Very serious. Now, when you look at all of that situation unfolding in front of the Jamaican eyes and people in the diaspora, right? It seems like they want to normalize their behavior. It seems like they want to now normalize the behavior. You understand? And so then when you look, here we are, the Integrity Commission sits wondering what's happening to the report, why the reports are not being tabled, right? And regardless of all the pressure, meeting, right, and to Juliet Owens still steadfast, holding on to the report, suppressing the report to Ara. I could have wanted another report there.
Why? Me don't know if I sit down, she sit down pan them, they wait for them action, you know.
Yeah, man. Ara put it raw.
Yeah, man, because it is, first of all, they have the oversight to cramp these reports.
Yes.
Because they have to read off on them first.
Exactly.
And they know how damning they are.
Exactly.
So they say, listen to me. We now release them.
Yes.
But I think from the Integrity Commission, table it and send it in. I think they should have a right to tell the public because they are no more residing over it. It's finished. It's tabled to Parliament.
You know, Ara,
What
if
you think?
you think technically about it, right? Think technically about it. I want to agree with you. Let me tell you why. As it relates to the God clause, right? I think section 53, subsection 3, right? It stated that where you have an investigation in progress,
Yes.
right? The Integrity Commission cannot speak
Yes.
on that,
Yes.
right? However, it says it has to be tabled.
That is it. That's
Before
the
the Integrity Commission can speak on it.
All right. That's the key.
So then, as I said, that's the key. That is the reason why Juliet Owens sits on it and doesn't want to table it. Because the moment it is tabled, then the Integrity Commission can speak on it. So then, not only that, okay, all right, they're utilizing the God clause, you understand, to suppress the information.
Yes.
Right? But now they've gone far beyond that. They are now start to interfere with the processing of the information through to Parliament. As it relates to when an investigation complete, it's sent to Parliament and it's supposed to be tabled. They start to now interfere with that particular process.
So if that be the case, we're not going to get anywhere then.
Then obviously, all right. I can tell you that we are not likely to hear anything about the illicit six. Because no matter how we shake, Juliet nah live up. And the Jamaican people sit down and take this. What Andrew Wallace is doing now, is trying now to use his 48 members of Parliament, you understand, to technically make amendments in laws,
Yeah.
to protect his wrongdoing,
Yes.
That is the mission Andrew Wallace on. And here what happened? Those 48 members, right, are going to protect him because they are in bed.
Yes,
No, Margolin cannot do anything about it.
No, the
Right?
opposition
Based on the numbers what Margolin have. You understand? So then they have the authority, the capacity, the capability to pass any policies that they want to pass.
Yeah. That's it. The opposition is what we do is what they do.
Yeah.
You understand? Even sometimes we can talk on things more outspoken and things than they do.
Yes.
You understand? Because sometimes they still have to weigh their words.
Exactly.
But me and you know, we get the facts and we lay it out there.
And
So right now we are all the opposition in this. And that's why our voice is so important to echo it out there over the globe, because public opinions also matter.
Yes. And here Nadi said, and he's been trying to discredit the Integrity Commission. You understand? And that is what they are doing on the mission to discredit, discredit the Integrity Commission.
Yes.
Right? Now, the thing about it, right, is just that when you look and you realize that the Jamaican people, right, just numb to the situation.
Yeah.
Right? And then who they are appealing to? They are appealing to their dieted base.
Yes.
So their dieted base accept them and them criminality already, you know.
Yes. Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
You cannot tell
Yes.
the dieted base nothing about their criminality. As a matter of fact, the dieted base is going to say, I know nothing.
Yes.
Yes, in Cleve. And so
yes. That's what
the dieted base is saying.
Yes.
The dieted base rather have other conversation apart from dealing with the facts, even when the facts tearing them in the face.
Yes, you are so right. Because the other day in the before the local government, he was on a platform and he said, who tells such man?
Yes.
Because stir up the lion, but you know, say it's not stir up the lion, is don't try to wake a sleeping lion. But you know, when him the chat, when him now have a teleprompter and chat anything.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes,
and then he said, you can wake up the labor right ansness, because that's it now, you know, when a man start compare you to insect, and my words, you know, I feel him word.
Yes.
You raise up the labor right ansness.
Yes.
And then go on and say, for election day, I want to know if you swarm them like a bees.
Yes.
Going to out the honey.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Arrow. Look what Janet, look what JJ said here, Arrow. JJ said them holding that report to avoid challenges to Andrew in his party. Listen what Wami said. So apparently it seems like Wami is saying that. And so then if Warmington is saying that, it simply means that that report may definitely pointing towards serious situation with Andrew Holness, so that then if what JJ said there, that now they can now use it against Andrew, might be, you understand, to take over the party president.
So,
as it
so
relates
you know,
to where Kenneth going with that.
So you know, see, it's something right in the camp.
Definitely.
When this man they go around, you know, this man, so my time almost him alone. Nobody not there with him, you know. Him alone. The man milk so much. Some of the man they now get nothing. But they now come out, come talk. Change your government, change your heads. They come for the GLP Labour Party. That's the reason why, you know, you're seeing thief the election and hold it to a 7-7. But still look like he's strong. Because them get a wicked beating them get in the local government.
Local government election.
No, if I'm but you know, man open up polling station till 9 o'clock, you know.
Yes.
When Cliff Hughes call it, you know, PMP the 6-3 in a Portland, you know. When Cliff Hughes call it to the amount of vote them are count already and the box them are coming. That's the reason why Cliff Hughes call it. PMP was leading 6-3 in Portland. At the end of the night, we hear say PMP come down at 2 and then win 7 man, open up polling station till 9 o'clock in the night.
Which is illegal.
We hear Clarendon tie up.
There should be
court for that.
St. Thomas. You understand what I say?
Yes.
So when you look on the whole thing what go on and what take place in the local government election, the man them get a wicked beaten, but for him stand strong and look like him still relevant
Exactly.
in the system in teeth if he make it a 7-7.
You're perfectly right, Aaron.
You see, anyhow, they went with fear and Brown they mess with the election and him. Right you know me I tell you say then they call for party change.
Definitely.
The man is weak right
All
now
right.
because Byron, if you you know campaign in a Byron 2 a.m. in
Yes.
3 a.m. in a Byron
And
and you
still get
can't
beaten.
carry over your team to the victory, broker government
Still
badness,
get beaten.
and you can't carry on the labor right to a victory. Cliff you say, Mr. Prime Minister, you work hard.
Yes.
You work hard, Mr. Prime Minister. He said to Cliff, he said, you know, like you want, oh, yeah, Cliff, you work like a dog. You work like a dog and you lose. That's what Cliff you said to him the Monday and the interview.
Yes.
And he said, yes, me, no. Listen
Yes.
to me, man. I see this political commentator, Ashley.
Yes.
And you know them, the man, they come like they love that the man there. You know? And he was an all angle. And he was telling Dean Jackson, so the ribbon cutting there now go make it.
No.
The message was sent out there the other day. He never pull out him base. What can he do drastically to turn it around? Byron, what can he do to turn it around?
Nothing. And we are here.
Then dead.
They're dead. Not when we are around, Aaron. Not when we are around, because let me tell you something. And the thing about it, we are revealing the living truth. And that is one of the reasons why even their propaganda media, what they have on social media, right? When they come out and talk, right, they can't reference any clip as it relates to mainstream media or any evidence that they can make reference to. They're only talking.
Yes.
And so they are not showing any evidence. Just like one time me and you come out and me and you talk. We said, all right, this is where we get it from.
Yes.
We show you so we get it from the Gleaner.
Yes.
We show you so we get it from the Star.
Yes.
Right? If certain content provider on YouTube, you understand, we are showing where we get it.
We're providing you with the facts. Argue it. Don't argue me. Argue the facts. We give you the facts.
When we alone some run out.
Yes.
We alone some run out with the facts.
Full of facts. When you run out,
we show the facts.
You know what I mean? Because you come and you teach them. University.
You understand what I said?
University. Everything. Top
yes.
Notch. The layout. Straight.
Exactly. And so then,
Rattigan come.
Rattigan show them the facts.
Lay it out.
Lay out the facts.
Have nothing to run with, but they now becomes the propaganda machine. So that's why if you notice, then chopping black.
Yes.
Because I don't know if you see Chopper John West.
Am I idiot?
Chopper John West tell Cliff you say, I am ashamed to talking to you right now as a labor right. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So even then one blogger them what they when use turn upon them because them for them forces no force to campaign to the roadblock them what them they run up in and now because the people now are choosing the facts.
Exactly. Exactly. Right? Exactly. Aaron. Now, I could show them some of the propaganda that they are using, you understand, and not utilizing any form of facts to back it up. And that's why now you find that we are far away, different from them. When we are talking to people, we are showing people the real history, the facts. No alternative truth around here. We are talking about the facts. We are showing you the data. Let us look at this TikTok guy as they talk about and hear what he has to say.
Janet is saying, what about two councillors who obtained from taking their oath in Mobay? Is that true?
Yeah, I think I saw something like that.
Yeah, and Sonia is saying it's because they don't want to swear on the Bible.
Well, see, them know you mean JP councillors?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, because them know what they are, they know what their intention is. Their intentions are
They know what they did.
exactly. No, let's look at that.
Then I want to get struck down by lightning. Okay.
Okay, so TikTok. You're on tours. No longer need for SLP loans.
Okay. Here's so now. Okay.
We have
it.
Okay, yes, good. All right. So look on the situation in terms of their rumors and their propagandas. But we are here. We're here for them.
Guarantor is no longer needed.
For SLB loans.
You sure?
Student loans. For student
Okay.
loans. You found it?
Hold on. One sec, guys.
All right. We are coming up with a you didn't have it?
I have to do over everything. I have missed that one. What is it again? Oh, it's TikTok.
Yeah. You know have it in the overlay?
And if I get it back, I'll have to run the WhatsApp for it. So continue. Let me just find it.
All right. Find this.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Let us get into serious matter.
Yeah.
Now, Aro,
Yeah.
we are going to talk about something that is extremely serious,
Yes.
right? Because it seems like Andrew Holness, right, doesn't know his history.
Yes.
And this is a man who wants to expose Jamaicans, right, to serious calamity in Haiti. We are talking about our soldiers.
Yes. Yes.
Right? And so then we want to show something that is extremely serious, right? And the danger what Andrew Holness is preparing for Jamaican citizens. Right? Let us go into Farmer Sniper.
Let me just paste the link.
Take back.
Okay.
Yeah. Cover that in the meantime. I'll just come on different something.
Farmer Sniper.
Yes. So before I play it, let me just explain it. The reason why I'm playing this is to make the Jamaicans, particularly our service member,
Yes.
right, JDF soldiers who are going into Haiti.
Yes.
We are going to play a clip. This man is a former sniper, right,
Yes.
in Haiti. Now I want for all of us to listen to this person.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Volunteered Kenyan troops to go to Haiti to lead the efforts, the international efforts to curb gang violence in Haiti. And I tell you what, many people have come out to say that this is a death sentence for Kenyan forces. Why hasn't any other person volunteered their people? Why? Why is it that America, Britain, France, Germany, they have latest technology, they have the best training, they have the best people? Why haven't they volunteered their people? Why did the president of Kenya volunteer Kenyan forces to go and help fight gang violence in Haiti? A former military sniper says, don't send your people to Haiti to lose their lives.
We went in Dominican Republic, for example, in Haiti, back in 2010 with the Hair Shake. And these people got nothing to lose. They don't fighting for nothing. This is not your people. This is not your war. This is not even your same continent. You're going from your place to somebody else's place, a place that you don't know. You don't know the language. And these people got zero tolerance with outsiders. I advise you to them get there. Don't fight this fight. You will die for absolutely no reason. You will lose your family. You will lose your kid. This is you got no way to win. Don't get there.
Hello there, how you doing? Welcome to another episode of our conversations. My name is Adira Ganga. I'm a business journalist by profession and
right. Just want to show that. Yes. So, Aaron.
Yes.
Kenya had withdrawn.
Yes, I hear that they said that they are withdrawing until they get a stable or elected president. So they withdraw.
Exactly.
You're not gonna come with this corrupt. They might wait until them elect a president or a prime minister.
Aaron, we're going to discuss some serious things tonight. Now, I am going to play right the next clip to show you that Andrew Holness, right, based on money that he had collected from the neo-colonialists who put it. Before I play this clip, let me explain something as it relates to a little history here. The very same people them who put Haiti into this position, right, want to now use black people, right, to deal with their mess. The nation who needs to fight, who needs to go in Haiti and solve Haiti problem is France.
Yes, man.
We are going to talk the truth tonight.
Yes, man.
The nation who needs to go into Haiti to deal with Haiti problem or solve Haiti problem is France. But before we get into it, Aro, let me play the next clip.
Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, has confirmed that they will deploy troops to Haiti. The Community of Caribbean States, CARICOM, has expressed its support for the decision. Kingston assures that the decision to be part of a multinational force pretends to alleviate the deteriorating security conditions. The Premier explained that after analyzing all the scenarios, it became evident that Haiti required more than their direct or indirect help. Thus, the Caribbean country will send a contingent of no more than 1,000 troops that will be under Kenya's command. CARICOM also welcomed the decision of the Bahamas to join the efforts, although it has not yet specified how it will express its support.
Okay. Now, so we see that the Prime Minister steadfast in sending the Jamaica citizen in harm's way, right? Number one, the sniper is saying to us all that for people who are going there, number one, let us talk about the language barrier. They don't know the language. The Jamaican soldiers who are going there, they don't speak French, right? Now, the Jamaicans who are going there, right? I mean, they don't know the terrain.
No.
They can't navigate themselves.
That's key.
Exactly.
That's key.
And so then, in terms of communication, you understand, you cannot communicate with them.
Nope.
You understand, as it relates to you in the heart of a war, a civil war.
Yeah.
Right? And plus, you don't know the terrain.
Yeah.
Now, let me teach them, Aaron. Now, watch this. Because we know that the Kenyan court, someone just put it up. Stop that sort of process as it relates to Kenyan soldiers going to Haiti. The Kenyan court stop it.
Yes.
Because remember, let me teach people history now that they never know. One of the world's greatest warrior, where the world have him established to be one of the was Napoleon Bonaparte. Was Napoleon Bonaparte. Now, in the 19th century, particularly 1801,
Yes.
Napoleon Bonaparte lose the war with the Haitian rebels. You know, you may have to arrow.
Yes, man.
Napoleon Bonaparte
Yes.
lose the battle with the Haitian rebel.
Yes.
Now, it seems like they want a 2.0 of that. Now, without any further ado, I am going to get into a document and read the history, because it seems like Andrew Holness lacked this history.
Yeah, man.
And we can tell Andrew Holness that if you send Jamaican citizens over there, prepare as much body bags. You understand?
And you must also know that it was a 12-year war they fought.
Exactly.
And a baby war and a pushing a pram sitting. A guerrilla warfare, serious style, a decade and 2 years, then take down the army.
Okay, but what is now, Ara? Many people don't realize, or they don't know the information, that the first Maroon established in Haiti,
Yes.
the guerrilla warfare.
Guerrilla
You understand?
warfare.
And that information, you understand, also spread to Jamaica. So Haiti,
You're gone. You're no sound. But them I give you a hard time tonight. I give you a hard time tonight, brother. Hard time them I give it tonight. Anyway, still, Master God of God. Yeah, man, Master God of God, man. So no matter how the heathen fight, you know, we always have to remember that anytime that we are doing something, the enemy always deploy his evilest angel. So as a people at all times, we always have to
are you hearing me, Aaron?
Yes,
Are
I'm
you
hearing you now. I'm hearing you now.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
So meanwhile, wife gone for my son because him build computer, you know, so you understand he's good at this. Anyway, let us get back to what we are saying.
Yes,
Aaron.
sir.
So the situation is, Aaron,
Yes.
right, as it relates to the Asian crisis. Now
Yes.
we are going to tell them, as a result of the Asian, yes, as a result of the Asian, right, defeated Napoleon Bonaparte, right, and where France was embarrassed.
Yes, man.
France, you understand, has imposed economic sanctions,
Yes.
right, on Haiti,
Yep, man.
right, that wrecks Haiti's economy.
Yes.
So now look, and what people need to understand that Haiti is the first area where they had fought for their freedom.
Yes, man.
The first
Black Republic.
The first Black Republic that liberated, right?
Yes.
And so then, as a result of them being defeated, you understand, Haiti was got that economic sanction, and now they are the root cause. All right, the root cause, the root cause for Haiti turmoil and destruction.
Yes.
And now they are taking away themselves. You understand? Taking away themselves. And now you're asking black people, you understand, to deal with the mess that they created. No, we are not going to deal with that. They need to fix that.
Yeah, which is right.
Yes, Aaron, you were saying.
So when the that with the Asian, you know,
yes.
Remember, say it's not just France alone it hurt, you know.
Exactly. Exactly.
It hurt the whole entire European body.
Exactly.
Because remember, you know, the Indian are from America, you know.
Yes.
Indian.
Yes.
The white, blue eyes, they are Europeans.
Mm-hmm.
So everything from Europe upset. We know that black people at that time defeated a European army.
Yes.
And not just army, but it's a colonial.
Yes.
Slave colonial master.
As it relates to one of the best commanders.
In that time, them there's something they not heard of, a disgrace to the white race. They mad, they upset, they grieve. So from that day until now, Haiti is paying for it.
Haiti is paying for it. And that, all right. So what's this arrow? Let me bring up the document, and so then people understand the real true cause as it relates to Haiti situation. Let me just bring up the document. The greatest heist. They call it arrow, the greatest heist in history. You understand how the Haitians suffered under this injustice. Okay, so are they seeing it? Let me just switch on see them too.
They're seeing it.
Okay. All right. So here we have it, people. Right, the greatest heist in the history of Haiti was forced to pay reparations for freedom. The people them fight for them own freedom, and these people create peril on them. Now, let me just go down because this document is very long. I want to get to the main point for you, right? I want to just get to the main point. The tragic hope of revolution in Haiti. Now let us read this. Haiti won its independence from France in 1804.
Exactly.
And it was almost immediately made a pariah state by world powers. It was an independent black-led nation created by slaves who had cast aside their chains and fought their oppressors for their freedom. During a time when white-led nations were enforcing brutal, racist system of exploitation around the world, Haiti, then known as Saint Dominique, had been crowned jewel of the French Empire. It was the most lucrative colony in the whole world. So people need to understand that. French planters forced African slaves to produce sugar, coffee, and other cash crops for the global market. The system seems to work well. That is until the French and the American revolutions helped to inspire in 1791 what became the world's largest and most successful slave revolt. Against all odds, the slaves won. Former slaves sent slaveholders scurrying to France and America, and Asians successfully fought back subsequent efforts to re-enslave them. Haiti was the first nation to permanently ban slavery. history for you. But as a nation of freed black slaves, Haiti was a threat to the existing world order. President Thomas Jefferson worked to isolate Haiti diplomatically and strangle its economically, fearing that the success of Haiti would inspire slave revolts back home, as it relates to where it extends to Jamaica and where Maroons, you understand, were inspired as a result of Haiti. You understand, who inspired to be the first Maroon in the history. With the invention and spread of cotton gin, slavery was becoming much more lucrative at the very same time a free Haiti was coming into existence. And slaveholders in the United States and other countries clung to expand inhumane means of production. So when United States, you understand, the try act as if they are not a part of Haiti dilemma. United States, France, they're a part of Haiti dilemma. Haitian success was perceived as a threat to the system for decades. More people want to listen to that.
Exactly.
I want you to listen to this. Haitian success was perceived as a threat to the system for decades. Andrew Holness, I want you to listen to this too. And the United States didn't officially recognize Haiti until 1862 as slavery began being abolished. Andrew Holness need to look on this history. During Haiti's critical period of development, France intervened even more directly than US to thwart its success. In July 1825, the French King Charles X sent an armed flotilla of warships to Haiti with the message that the young nation would have to pay France 150 million francs to secure its independence or suffer the consequences. That sum was 10 times the amount the United States had paid France in the Louisiana Purchase, which had double the size of the US. This is how wicked and cruel France is to Haiti. Almost literally at gunpoint, Haiti caved to France's demands in order to secure its independence. The amount was too much for the young nation to pay outright, and so it had to take out loans with hefty interest rates from a French bank. Over the next century, Haiti paid French slaveholders and their descendants the equivalent of between $20 and $30 billion. $20 and $30 billion in today's dollars. Paid to Haiti 122 years to pay it off. Want to hear the wickedness, people? Want to hear the wickedness? So France need to correct this. And the US need to correct this and stop from sending our black people to Haiti. Because it is not our black people caused Haiti dilemma. It is the France and United States that caused the dilemma in Haiti. Professor Marlin Dodd writes it severely damaged the newly independent country's ability to prosper. Righting the wrongs. After the 2010 earthquake completely devastated Haiti, scholars and journalists wrote a letter to the French president demanding that France pay back Haiti. The French economist Thomas Piketty resurrected the idea in 2020, arguing that France owes Haiti at least $28 billion. Take that document away. Take that document away. Take that document away.
But I'm glad for you, you know. I'm glad for you.
Blessings,
I'm glad for myself. I'm glad for a lonesome them. You know, I'm glad for a Ratigan them. You know, I'm glad for a Anessa them. You know, I missed it, but I'm glad for the man them who really go down into the hardcore. We not just get some clickbait and send out there.
No.
Some like, nah. We go to the depths to bring truth.
Exactly, my boss.
To life. Because a lot of us grow up and Haiti no good for nothing but Wakobia.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's the narrative that they paint on Haiti, you know. Until this day, some of us still live with that narrative that Haiti them wicked and I show them wicked and work Hobia, and that's why they think that no, Jamaican love Hobia too.
But Arrow, if I go down into the history and let the Jamaicans know and let the worldwide people know, when they chase the Haitians gene pool, they come from some great kings in Africa. You hear what I'm saying? Some great kings in Africa. So when the voice question mystic, will the soldiers they are sending have a say if they are going or not? No. Right? When it comes to the fact that you're a soldier, when you are instructed in terms of certain command, you have to obey it. And if you don't obey it, there are penalty. Right? And so then we are saying to Andrew Holness, right? Say to France and say to USA that they are the one who need to fix Haiti problem. France need to pay back Haiti. Pay back Haiti. Haiti's money. It's France is going to do that. So what Andrew Holness need to tell them, say, you understand, is to make France pay back Haiti their money. Right? You are going to listen to neo-colonialists. You understand? The grandsons and sons, the sons and grandsons and great-grandsons of colonial masters, right? Who colonized us, who enslaved us. No, you are now having them setting us against one another. Right? Who are they wanting to go into Haiti? Right? To experience such deluge. Right? You are telling other blacks, we Jamaicans, that we Jamaicans need to go into Haiti. Man, let me say, hey, look here. Me just left because all about what you know. You understand me? I say, Andrew Holness needs to understand why I do. You see what I say, Aaron?
Yeah.
Andrew Holness need to understand what he's doing.
B, I don't think that guy think of himself as a black man.
Exactly.
I don't think so. You understand? Because everything that this guy does is in step with these people of a higher Chalans, the people who are happy. He do things, you know, for them, you know, to feel that he is the great man of the Caribbean.
Exactly.
You understand? He is the man of the Caribbean. You know, see where them go keep the meeting? Jamaica. Bro, this is it. One boat wash up, a St. Thomas wipe you out. Because they no business, you know.
Exactly.
Then wash up round a Negril, round a St. Elizabeth. They no business.
Yes.
I'm warning Jamaican people. Say, uno fi stand up and fight because uno they got trouble some people, or when you trouble them, they not done.
All right.
Them not done. And listen what going to happen. It thing go turn back and backfire upon we.
Yes.
So the people of Jamaica must stand up and demand this man to leave the people and business alone. As you said before, the people them will report everything out of Haiti. They go on cargo ship every day upon aeroplane. They take away their natural resources and them if go back in, they go fix it. Wait, man, oh, you're so enough. Leave the people them business alone. It's bigger than we. Byron, it's bigger than we.
Think of it.
Leave it alone.
So Andrew Holness, you understand, collecting some money. You understand, from a neo-colonialist. You understand, so that now to send us to lose our lives. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Right? And that's why, Aro, I said without, speaking it clearly, that in spite of what Andrew Wallace is doing, right? And United States, in terms of intel, may have an understanding that, okay, the government is corrupted. United States is not going to intervene. Let me tell people that.
Yeah, go down there.
And I'm talking about Jamaica situation as it relates to, you understand, any possible corruption. United States is not going to intervene.
Nope.
No, number one, Andrew Wallace, you understand, as it relates to Jamaica Labour Party, is a capitalist. And the United States is going to defend capitalists. So everything what Andrew Wallace is doing on the corruption, you understand? When Mark Golden says is defending democratic socialism, people need to understand that that was the reason why the CIA them crush it in the late 70s, because they don't want democratic socialism to rise. People remember this history, you know.
Them get rid of Joshua.
And so then Edward Seaga, working tandem with the CIA.
They placed him. Jamaican people should know that they placed him there.
Yes, to crush democratic socialism. So whatever Andrew Wallace is doing now, you understand? Even with plain corruption and rebel, we have to defend our rights ourselves. Don't believe that United States is going to come and involve whatever Andrew Wallace is doing. The only time United States is going to involve in that is if United States, right, want to involve in terms of certain convenience. Like, for example, if Andrew Wallace is moving too much as it relates to China, you understand, and where United States is going to get extremely curious of certain situation, then they will work as a snake to say that Andrew done this and Andrew done that. That is the time then they will execute. But United States, let me remind people of something. Do you remember Noriega as it relates to Panama? When the Panama Canal, you understand, as it relates to the contract that United States have, right? And they have situation in terms of blaming Noriega for a lot of things, right? And Noriega said that, okay, he wasn't going to re-sign the contract with the United States. What happened? United States sent SEALs down there to take out Noriega. United States sent SEALs there to take out Noriega because he knows very well, you understand, if Noriega is still there, you understand the Panama Canal contract is not going to resign. Hence, I am telling Jamaican people that don't look for United States help. You understand, as it relates to current what Andrew Wallace is doing. United States is not going to help as it relates to Andrew Wallace being a capitalist and United States defend capitalists. Outright, let me say it outright. So
Definitely.
for people who want to believe otherwise, a freedom business.
Definitely. And let us make it be clear so that the people can understand and comprehend over here when we talk about democratic socialists.
Exactly.
What democratic socialists stand for.
Exactly.
Democratic socialists stand for when your mother pregnant or your sister and she gone home, she get 3-month maternity leave.
Exactly.
Democratic socialists stand for you go to the hospital and you get free health care.
Exactly.
The Democratic Socialists stand for you get free education from primary to university.
Exactly.
The Democratic Socialist was he gave you Jamal when you come out of slavery and with grandmother and with father then done some illiterate and can't.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
That's democratic socialist. Capitalists, as Byron just stated,
Yes.
is what the Andrew Holness administration and the labor right is all about. They believe in making money. And
Exactly.
that's the reason why you see they run down our hospital like a dog house and have we go into these fancy hospital where we have to pay millions and add for a little surgery.
Exactly.
It is not coincident. It's designed for it to be like that. Why
Perfect.
they don't want to pay our teachers? Because they don't believe in education. Because
Exactly.
they want us to dunce, illiterate and fool, and whatever they say, we run behind them like a puppet. So people need to understand and stop when you hear them use this democratic socialism nonsense. It's all about the people for the people. That's what
Exactly.
democratic socialism is all about.
Yes. Let me just reinforce that. And that is one of the primary reasons why Michael Manley increased the levy. Right? So that tax being collected, you understand, from the mining of bauxite would have support Jamaican people, where we get our free meals, where we get our free uniforms. You understand? Free this and free that was the increase of the levy. And so then, guess what? Michael Manley stand up against United States pressure as it relates to that. People need to understand why democratic socialism was crushed. Because Michael Manley stand up to the United States as it relates to the increase in levy. Now look what Nigel Clark done. Nigel Clark, capitalist, as it relates to Andrew Holness. What he had done? Remove the levy.
Yes, ma'am.
Remove the levy.
Yes, ma'am.
So Windalco and other bauxite companies, United States companies that doing the mining can get our bauxite free.
We get nothing.
Under Andrew Holness-led government.
We get nothing.
And so then when we say democratic socialism, we know what we are talking about.
Yeah.
We know what we are talking about.
Nothing from bauxite. The people natural resources that the people of the land supposed to benefit from. You're selling it to a foreigner and we're not getting cent from it.
Exactly. All right. Yes, Carla, you're on the line. Go ahead.
Shalom, brethren. Shalom, shalom.
Oh my goodness, Ruel.
I hear you mention something about the levy and the thing, but I don't want to make it look like it's no free nothing we get.
Yes.
We don't get no free nothing.
Exactly.
Is that the people that have the POE, since as you come and take all the resources, give we decline.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
And that did what hurt them people. And what I think we need to point out too, that Labour Party, sorry, we don't was talk so loud, but black people are here on the road still, but Labour Party is nothing but the next arm of colonialism for Jamaica people.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother.
There's a pretty way. Up here, there's a guy by the name of Michael Williams talking about Jamaica Labour Party and PAP Party are two gangs. The only gang we have in Jamaica is the Jamaica Labour Party.
Well, right? We never acquainted with Shaw. We never acquainted with the Shaw posse.
Well, that's another story where we flesh out.
Exactly.
People can know what Shaw posse is all about.
Exactly.
It's not about Shaw labor rights.
It's not all about. It's not all about rain, you know. Show is not all about rain.
Exactly.
Okay.
Brethren, how about you put it? Because if you can keep the people illiterate, don't know nothing, then whatever you say, they will have to run behind you.
Exactly, my brother.
Right? And this kind of history that you are fleshing out tonight and putting forward, right? I'm not going to just leave everything for France, you know.
Yes.
Because you see that little place they call United States.
You're right, man.
The place they call
You're
United
right.
States is the beast, the end of everything that happens around this globe. Yeah. They have put front control like a devil. Right? They put others out front. So watch them now. They interested in HAITI, but they're not going to go defend the property where they have down there. They're going to send we now to make it look like a we and HAITI a problem. When at them I pull the strings because at them appear them appear the money for the Jamaican soldier police like HAITI, you know.
Exactly.
And them appear the money. Right? And there's a little saying in life. When you want to know the truth, follow the money.
Exactly.
Right? If you can follow the money, you know who are pulling the strings.
Exactly.
Right? So I want the people to wise up and understand that this Jamaica Labour Party don't have no good intention and heart for nobody at Jamaica. Right? All them interested in is in power to keep the people under oppression.
Under oppression.
The few little people must be rich and everybody is poor. So we have it like we are the boss for the plantation and who are the slave. So we go and go work, make sure that the PSOJ and the railway whatever have it good while everybody else suffer. That's why they never like Michael Bradley and couldn't deal with the socialism.
Democratic socialism, yes.
Because you know, believe in people, power, people must have equal rights and equal say, and have an equal stakeholder in anything that the government, the country is involved in.
And equal opportunities.
Right? Right. We must be the slave, work by the plantation, and tell them what about something and give them some green hand to blow. So that even when you talk about blow the hands, you never hear what they say.
Yes.
Right? Make a whole heap of noise, man. Just when we are talking, you don't make a whole heap of noise. You don't really need to hear what I say. Just make a whole heap of noise. Right? Because I am on stage talking.
Exactly.
And forgetting that what you don't hear is what is killing you. So, I'm going to hang up now and listen to you.
Thank you, my brother. No.
Blessed Rural. Rural in name, right?
Yes.
Blessed
yeah, man.
Rural.
You Rural Spitfire like us, you know.
Yes.
So when we look on this arrow,
yes.
Right? Let us come off a strip and freelance because we have the ability to do that.
Yes.
Okay. They're spreading propaganda that Jamaica was communist. Michael Manley was close to Fidel Castro. What does liberals say now with the Chinese in the midst? What this young lady know her history, right? And you know, spreading all the rumors as it relates to, you know, trying to get out Michael Manley out of power, fighting against democratic socialism, because what they were fighting against was Michael Manley political philosophy. Right?
They said Michael was going to turn Jamaica into communist.
Yes.
I don't cut you. Remember, republic is what?
Huh?
What is a republic?
Well, to me, republic is they have the capitalist mentality, right?
China is a republic, you know.
Well, you have Republic of China.
And they're run by the military, right?
They're run by the military.
The Russia and them.
Yes.
The King Jong-un.
Yes.
So you see, strong man use military to back them. So you see where they say Michael was pushing communists.
Yes.
But this where is what image what Andrew they push right now.
Yeah.
That is more of communist with China. Do the Chinese history?
Yes.
So the same thing what them tell like Michael, you know. I want people to understand say at the same road him they try to take you now because he want to use this republic to protect himself. It's not the people. So the people don't get it twisted. The man want to try to use a president where him sit and when they call election, he rig a one way go like how they do it.
Exactly.
Don't Israel.
Yes. Yes.
Jamaican people no wake up, open no eyes and watch what going. Them brand Michael. Because Michael said democratic socialist. Michael did not say communist.
Democratic socialist.
Why they try to move on to republic.
Yes.
China. Republic of China run by the military.
And what people to understand when we are talking about colonialist and neo-colonialist. So I'm going to explain something to people. When you talk about colonialist, you're talking about those slave masters during slavery, right? When we are under the colonial spell. Now, slavery abolished, you have to remember that the profit that these people make from slavery, they now becomes the business owners.
Yes, man.
Converting themselves to become neo-colonialists.
Yes, man.
So when we're talking about neo-colonialists, we want people to understand where we're going when we talk about neo-colonialists and colonialists.
Yes, which is right.
Colonialist history as it relates to under slavery.
Yes.
And neo-colonialist, you understand the transformation of the colonialists. You understand doing their business, what the profit that they gain from slavery.
Generation wealth.
Yes, the generation of wealth. You understand? These people are capitalists.
Yes.
So people need to understand the sort of political philosophy, right, that we are dealing with, right? So when Michael Manley said democratic socialist, right, that was a policy, a philosophy, sorry, you understand, that would have taken black people, you understand, from poverty,
yes,
right, to success.
Yes.
No, that was a bitter thing for neo-colonialists, the private sector, the PSAOJ.
Yes.
Most of them at the time when Michael Manley was doing that, you understand, then left the country.
The media.
They left the country.
The media. The Jamaican media at the time. They helped plaster Michael.
Exactly, because Michael Manley, you understand, was now shaping democratic socialism in essence. You would call that now the redistribution of wealth. You understand?
Yes.
Try to make every black people as equal opportunity. They didn't like it.
No.
So that if they didn't like it in the 70s, let me ask a question. Do you believe that they are going to like it in 2024?
No way.
Do you believe that they are going to like it in 2024?
No
they never
way.
liked it in the 70s.
No
right?
way. No
Just look
way.
at it. Look at it. You understand that Nigel Clark had manifested himself in terms of eliminating the levy from our backside. And what the backside is doing to our people. Even the other day, recently, you understand, you have another fish kill.
Yeah, because it's
you have that video.
The waste.
The article.
The waste.
The article?
From the waste from it is toxic. Yes. I see where people losing their chickens.
Right?
A lot of people around those areas, they do their little farming to live. And I see where it's killing chicken. People that sick out, asthma attack, all of them things there. Okay. And the people is not getting nothing from their natural resources.
All right.
And the government,
yes,
them have them chuck, them dry it, them put out how much local man where we have them little chuck, then make them out of business.
Yes.
Because it's just one handful of people to make everything now.
But look here, Aaron, Nigel Clark and Andrew Holness need to come out and tell the truth. Why they remove the levy? Why they remove the levy? They remove the levy because they get the contract to deal with haulage. And so then who own those green trucks? Who own those trucks that are moving the haulage? Who own those trucks? Right? It is rumored members of parliament own those trucks. So when Nigel Clark coming up and shaping up himself and talking about he had done that, you understand, to save, you understand, well-needed jobs. That is bulls.
Nigel Clark, I tell some people, you know, Nigel Clark is the definition of incompetent fool, you know.
Exactly.
Like in little self, in little swear. You know, he's a salesman, you know. Yeah. Don't get it. He's a salesman. You understand him having little flair and in swag, but I tell my people, please don't get caught up in the swear and the flair and the swag. Don't get caught up in them little article itself. Them go to school, them practice the screen language become trick. You know. Listen for the substance in their delivery.
Listen for
where is delivery concern in the budget the other day? There is no substance in the man delivery because there is nothing in his delivery to uplift the poor. And the same way in coming in left them. The same way in coming where then in left them they are gone. And who get the benefit?
Exactly.
PSOJ. Now we tell us that GCT. GCT they go come off a raw fetch. That means to say ground provision they'll come out of United States and maybe all Canada now everywhere over the world, you know, because they remove GCT. When you have a farming community who is already struggling and you go remove GCT from importing goods, not dead the farmer then go dead in Jamaica. You know, so say kill them, I kill agriculture in Jamaica, Byron.
Exactly, definitely. Eh? But watch this now. Watch this now. Aaron. Okay. Look on what Nigel said, giving us the poison, right? Because that is what Andrew Holness says, you know. You understand? That when him trick us and him win the election, he's going to throw poison on us. So this is one of the poison that Andrew Holness is showing on Jamaican people. Every time I see them something, I just begs. Windalco backside levy relief will save jobs, Minister Clark. You hear all them lie and them wickedness there? You hear them lie and them wickedness there? The government has agreed to provide Windalco with 2-year relief from the payment of the backside production levy, which will save the jobs of hundreds of Jamaicans. Jamaican will forego an estimated $10 million US in levy payment from the company over the period. Minister of Finance and the Public Service, Dr. Honorable Nigel Clark, made the announcement during a statement to the House of Representatives on July 19th. He said that the waiver is about jobs and foreign exchange. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Without a waiver, the plant would close. Relatively high-paying jobs will be lost and growth will take a hit. He noted, we say, you know, wicked, you know, vampire to the Jamaican people. Them. Dr. Clark told the House that Windalco employs 600 persons directly and 1,187 others indirectly. During the period of the waiver, the jobs at Windalco will be maintained. Windalco has committed to producing alumina in terms of volume at a level that is 10% higher than what was produced in 2002, giving the people them our backside for free. You can't find wicked on this. We will also seek during this period to revise the backside production levy regime to make Jamaica more competitive in this industry. The ministry said, take that document away. Now, we don't look on these things and these companies, right, dealing with our backside and at the same time damaging our water basin. I am going to put up a document and show what all these backsides, you understand, are doing, and yet Jamaican people is not benefiting not a dollar, not a cent from it, but have to deal with the repercussion of this evil. Let us put up this document.
Is that the same thing the Asians are fighting for, Byron?
Exactly, the very same thing. And that's why aromatic South African countries now are running them out of their country.
Yes,
South
man.
African nations are running them out of the country.
Yes, man.
and they are saying to them that they tricked us too long.
Yes.
I'll find a YouTube video. The fish kill in just find that.
Okay. All right.
Right? Yes. Just yet. I'm just going to the YouTube fish kill, recent fish kill. Right? Just want to show the people the devastating effect that the bauxite, certain leakage of chemical being exposed, and what the Jamaican people are feeling, while the people them who won the green truck are making money.
Yes, man.
And the Jamaican people are suffering.
The little man them are used to one truck and then 2 truck now out of business.
Right? Now, this is 9 months ago. And we're going to play something 2 months ago. So 9 months and then play this. Okay. Right? So look on what happened now.
Okay, let me share that now.
Let the people them see the catastrophe that been causing. This is 9 months ago. And we're going to show a clip now that 2 months ago what is happening.
At this level of the water is extremely high because fish survives up to 4. And if this is 8, it is now double the amount of pH level that fishes can survive into the river. This is a kit donated by JET, which is Jamaica Environmental Trust, and they engage us in a training exercise to determine the temperature of the water, the turbidity, the pH level, and the dissolved oxygen level of the water.
There's a mark inside here, so you can get the inside of the cup.
What shade are we getting based on your reading?
40.
You're getting 40.
Right. There's a cover.
The top one.
4 ppm.
4 pH.
ppm.
ppm. This jar is about 10 milliliters. We're testing now for the pH level. So, given the coloration of the water in this little jar here,
test tube,
the test tube, and you match it now against the coloration on this chart. So you will notice that the green coloration here matches the coloration on the chart, the green coloration on the chart. And this now is a number of 8. It's a number 8. So we can see that the pH level at this level of the water is extremely high because fish survives up to 4. And if this is 8, it is now double the amount of pH level that fishes can survive into the river. So clearly, somebody now has to give an account as to why this level, this high level of pH level at this end of the river. I am about to conduct another testing at another point, which is the point above where the discoloration is coming out of the mountainside into the Ryacoba River. So this here is clear water coming down, and on the surface of it, no pollution.
So are you saying that
in the drop.
upstream the turbidity, above where the pollution is, the turbidity is 0?
Right. And below it was 40.
Yes, which is exactly what it's supposed to be, 0.
We're now going to be testing for dissolved oxygen.
Upstream.
Upstream.
Yes.
The dissolved oxygen here is between 0 and 4. If you look at the coloration, between 0 and 4. Whereas where we did the testing a while ago, it was 4, which was where the source was coming out. This is above the source. So you can see this, this is quite normal.
This would have been upstream.
Yes.
So it has not got to the point where we'd have seen the effect of this pollution downstream, like say in the gorge in the Kent Village area, where quite often we see the dead fish when we have this level of pollution. Are you telling me that it has not reached there yet? Is it because of the low tide or whatever the case might be? I don't know. You tell me.
It could very well be, but remember last week we had a fish kill down in the Gregor Park area, and NEPA has done their testing and their sampling, and they have still to disclose the source of that fish kill.
So let us close this and explain
So
something.
we don't, and we have seen evidence. For example, the lilies. These are natural indicators. The lilies from the Bogwa Bridge going down to the old dam head.
Okay. So that was 9 months ago within that area. And where the warning goes to NEPA. Andrew Holness's office suppressed the information.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And no discipline measures has been meted out. Remember, look what happened now as it relates to 2 months ago. Play that clip. Just want people to follow me.
Okay, let me just share that.
Welcome back to Primetime News, and a special welcome once again to our viewers on TVJ International in the Cayman Islands and online at onespotmedia.com. Up first this evening, fisher folk and other residents who depend on the river in Zephyton, Linstead, St. Catherine have been dealt a blow after a fish kill occurred in the community. The dead fish were observed in a tributary which leads to the Rio Cobre. This morning, residents told TVJ News that for more than a week, there has been a sewage-like odor, and on the weekend, dead fish were seen in the river. Now, Sherita Thomas says the stench is making the residents' lives unbearable.
This river, it runs behind the Old Cheerios bus stop out by Zephyton here.
Yeah.
And we have been facing these challenges more than one time. This has been happening over a week now. And we can't even come outside. The scent is so bad. Even out when you're out on the roadside, you're smelling it. So we have to lock up in the house in the nighttime, especially when the breeze blow. That's when the scent come up more.
What you observing in the river?
A lot of dead fishes.
Okay, so take that away. So, Aaron.
Yes. So the first reading, he said it's okay for the fish to live in a pH of 4.
Of 4, yes.
When they test it, it was at 8.
8.
So it is impossible for fish to live. When they go upstream,
yes,
it was normal.
Yes.
But he says NEPA come when they find like some fish kill.
Yes.
Down. And NEPA, that was 8 months ago, you're saying?
Yes, 9 months.
9 months. And NEPA take it back.
Yes.
And NEPA did not release.
Yes, they suppressed the information.
Yes. And now 2 months later, we have fish kill. So if NEPA did do what them supposed to do, then probably this fish kill 2 months ago, we wouldn't have that. But NEPA is not working for the people of Jamaica. NEPA is working for the Prime Minister.
Exactly. So then, Andrew Holness, not only suppressing, you understand, certain corruption, you know, as it relates to the illicit sex. You understand? But Andrew Holness poison is spreading all over Jamaica.
All over
Andrew Holness poison is spreading all over Jamaica. And now people understand why Andrew Holness have the 19 agencies under his control. Because guess what? The PSOJ, they love him.
Yes, man.
Because guess what? He will protect them and watch them damage our water basin.
Yes, man.
Damage our water basin.
Yes.
You understand? And kill our livelihood.
Our food.
Andrew Holness.
Watch what is going on, you know. The man is targeting our food source.
Just look at that.
You're messing with the rivers. You're meshing with our protein, our fish. You remove GCT from imported raw food and grown provision. Danger ahead, Byron.
Danger ahead.
Danger ahead. The local agriculture, them hardly can make it. And you're going to let in tons
Yes.
of imported cheap product on them now.
Exactly. Because guess what? Our local farmers can't compete with that.
That's the thing, man. They're dead.
You understand what I say? So that is how we are now to diminish our farmers.
Simple. Plain as day, Byron.
And them have them friends. Them have them friends, you understand, who have the business to bring in foreign products. You understand? It's all a robbery. And the longer this government stay in power, because he told you, you know, Andrew only tell the people them say, you understand, the people that must vote for him. And when him become, when he goes in power, he's going to dash poison power.
Yes, man. Yes, he want them. He want them.
He told them.
Yes.
He told them that the people that need to vote for him.
Yes, man.
And when him gets in a power, he's going to show poison.
Yes, man.
And look, one of the first poison that Andrew Holness showed poisonous is with the Integrity Commission by muzzling them out.
Yes, man.
Other poison what Andrew Holness showed upon us is to make Nigel Clark reduce the levy.
Yes.
So him and whosoever hold them truck there, they get haulage. You understand me?
Yes, man.
To the next poison here, which he allowed them to poison our water basin and no report, not disciplining them.
And that's why he want to take his time to move into the compound. The man want damage with water base.
Exactly.
The man want damage with water, you know. It come like the man then want we stop. It like a stop. Some serious thing are going on with the people in water, stuff of life and food, you know. And you wreck the agriculture and you want to go wreck the water base with your chemical them from your plant them and all of them things. And you now will nobody accountable, brother.
Just look on that.
You see, in a one situation up the line again, where enforce the people them to sign and take one little money.
Exactly.
We don't know if you see that the one day, you know.
But
force the people them to sign, say yes, then can't bring no lawsuit.
Yes.
Against the backside company, so enforce them to take one little compensation and then sign, so they now go bring no lawsuit with the same pollution of water and killing of fish and everything. That is how wicked this government is.
NEPO supposed to protect the environment. Protect the environment. And Andrew is using NEPO as his personal cash change.
Yeah, man, use NEPO to protect them pocket, man.
No, watch this. We are telling Andrew Holness to make sure that his greed limit to the cockpit mountain. Limit his greed to the cockpit mountain. Because we are in full support with the Maroons in terms of defending their territory.
No joke about that.
And if Andrew Holness start to move in on the boundaries of the Maroon, Jamaican people need to stand up. Because the cockpit mountain carry 40% of our water basin.
Yeah, definitely.
40% of our water basin. We can't have that damage.
No, man, water,
we can't.
Your water base, man, the start of life, you know.
And so then Jamaican people need to stand up and support the Maroons defending their boundary as it relates to the cockpit mountain.
I hear this man make us a speech one time. He was not the Prime Minister, he was the opposition, I think, in 2015. And in telling Maroon them say, it's not only environmental, but this is also historical. So before you move into the Maroon, you have to do thoroughly investigation before nobody. So the Maroon territory is not for sale.
Exactly. And shouldn't be.
Opposition, you know.
Yeah.
Remember opposition, Andrew.
Yes. Yes.
But after him now, the prime minister, everything when we say is change around now.
Yeah, you went back on it.
Eh? The man mad with the Maroon because if you notice, he did not went to a compound, you know, to the Maroon celebration.
Exactly.
Remember the Maroon them, you know, blood, sweat, and tears, you know, who fight
exactly
to liberate us before everyone else, you know.
Yes.
Because it was what 224 years later, you know.
Yes.
Jamaica can get independent.
Yes.
And he did not win. So it is telling me that he did, you know, respect what those Maroon has done to the British to preserve the cockpit mounted.
Exactly.
But he allowed the Chinese. He allowed the Chinese to display the head of their dragon at our 61 independent.
There you go. Speaking the truth, Aro. Love that. Right? So, here that is. Okay.
The big budget.
Yes, let us do that and just finish off. All right, we are just going to run few more clips and then we close out Aro.
Yeah, I want to go through a thing with HAITI. I want to close off on a thing with HAITI.
Okay.
And so if you want me to go now or you want me to do the clip.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, and I want you to in 2010.
Yes.
You remember what happened in HAITI?
In 2010?
Yes.
No, not after that.
One of the huge, it was a huge earthquake.
Oh, that earthquake. Okay.
Yeah. And I think it take the life of about 300,000 people.
Yes.
I want the viewer on your platform to just listen what I'm saying right now.
Exactly.
This is very important information because it's not just the French, as they say.
Yes.
Listen. So in 2010, the Secretary of State for the US was Hillary Rodham Clinton.
Yes.
That's after the earthquake, you know, killed almost 300,000 people. The HAITI Recover Commission led by the Clinton.
Exactly. I know where you're going.
So the special envoy from the UN to HAITI was the husband of the Secretary of State.
Yes.
Right? The commission raised 10 billion in relief aid for HAITI. 10 billion in relief aid for HAITI. The Haitian government received 9% out of 10 billion. The local organization get less than 1%.
Yes.
And 90% went to the NGOs. What is the NGOs, Jamaica? A non-governmental organization.
Wickedness continues.
What happened? How can you recover aid for a country and you get 10 billion and you only give the government and like the local aid, like the Red Cross, you know, who know the terrains and the nook and cranny. You give them like 1 billion. And you give a outside group 9 billion to spend.
Look at that.
9 billion
Look at that.
To spend. We lose 300,000 people in this earthquake. You do some fundraising and you get 10 billion, but you only give the government of Haiti 9% and another group less than 1%, and you give outsiders 9 billion to spend. And that money did not spend on the people of Haiti. So you see why some people can't go in Haiti.
No, but an extension of that is just people to observe. You understand that? Listen to me. Don't believe when it comes to neo-colonialists. You understand? They want to see our success.
Exactly.
No, they don't. And that is one of the reasons why I don't support capitalists. That is the primary reason I don't support capitalists.
No time at all.
Right? And people need to understand the connection as it relates to capitalists and neo-colonialists.
Yeah, they're just a lot of people, a lot of Jamaicans, they're just so ignorant, Byron. They're saying all bad things about these people. All kind of evil. Oh, they're so bad and war and barbecue roast man and burn.
They don't know their history.
They don't know nothing. They don't know the history of the people. They don't know what they have been through. And true, somehow is still lockstep with this man because I want to die hearted and everything want to claim that him say want to run with him. But this man himself don't even know him history.
Exactly.
Because if he's going to say a one sovereign state and it's Jamaica, you don't know your history, bro. Because the Maroon get their freedom before us.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You just wipe them off the map. You can't.
And
it's 224 years later, you become inexistent, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to correct certain things with the Maroon too. Right? Because I wanted was to do that from roughly about 2 weeks ago. Right? Yes. Correct certain information out there because you have some information out there that claim that the Maroon, you understand, sell out black people and so forth and so forth. And that's an obvious lie. And I have the documents, right, to prove otherwise. But I'm going to come with that because that is obvious lie.
That's a like a series by itself.
Yes.
You have to educate the people them on it for them to really get it and know. Say, yo,
yes,
Maroon, they are real deals, man.
Yes.
They lay the way, lay the foundation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The Maroon had fought very hard.
Yes.
Right? As it relates to their freedom. And the Maroons, they deserve to be respected. They deserve to be respected.
Definitely. Just like how the Asian supposed to be respected.
Exactly.
The Maroon supposed to be respected likewise. Yeah.
See, someone asks, Luxley Gregory asks, how far 300 million going to reach? America won't be giving another penny because look here, Luxley. See, they are preparing, you have 3 of the American, what sort of helicopters? Tomahawk.
Yeah.
3 of the Tomahawk helicopters already at JDF, to fly the Jamaican soldiers there in the war zone kit, if people don't understand the reason for those 3 Tomahawks that are here doing training, you understand, up there in it is to dispatch, right, those Jamaican soldiers, you understand, back and forth in the thermal zone. Right? So Andrew Wallace already decided that in spite of what, he's going to send the Jamaican people. Why Andrew Wallace is sending 2 sons down there?
Try them, man. I try them figure.
Yeah, why man 2 sons not go down there?
Yes, man. Them figure, man, because Jamaica now go miss you, That me I
Jamaica
tell you,
well,
Jamaica now go miss you, That me I tell us if that happen, me I celebrate like
crazy.
a year straight. The man in 2 sons go down there.
understand me? I say.
We are them biggest supporters.
All right. All right. So, Aaron, you know, say we had gotten a bad start and the program being affected, right? So even again, I have to say apology as it relates to our other two guests, as it relates to Major Finzi and Dr. John Lennon, right? Because John Lennon was here, but to the fact that we have the interruption, right? Obviously, it also affected him, right? So that is a situation. But again, we will have it set for a next time. And Arrow, trust me, what a enjoyment in terms of we sharing the platform together. Right? We love that.
Which is right.
Right? And I am preparing an entire program as it relates to our Maroons in Jamaica.
Yeah, which
and
is
the lies that told about the Maroon.
Yes.
We have the document to correct those lies.
Yes, man.
To correct those lies. So we will be organizing that and stepping forward.
That's what
tonight, folks, unfortunately, we are not going to have Jeopardy because of the late start and there's so much interruptions and time had gone way ahead of us. So we are going to close the program just about now. I want to say big thanks to you, Aro. Big thanks to Tara, right, coming out and join me on panel here. And big thanks to all the persons who really, right, waited unto us to have those technical difficulties being corrected, right, and still stayed with us. It shows that, of course, right, they are committed to our program. And of course, what we speak about is nothing but the truth, right? We don't twist and curve anything around here. We have the evidence to support anything that we are saying. We make sure that we do our research and present what needs to be presented. Ara, I want to say once again a big thanks to you, Ara. All right, Tara.
It's a pleasure for me to always be in your company.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you. Who inspire me.
Exactly.
A platform that I learn from. You know what I mean? So
thank you, Aaron. We learn from each other, Aaron. We learn from each other.
Thank the First Lady, because you don't know, say respect. And I also want to shout out to your wonderful viewers and subscribers.
All right.
Have themselves a wonderful weekend.
And remember, people, please go over to Arrow, right? Subscribe to Arrow, because again, where the truth lies, that's where you want to lay your head.
Yes,
that's all I'm saying. Where the truth lies, lay your head there, listen there, you understand, learn, and gain the wisdom and knowledge, right? Arrow, always a bless.
Peace out,
bless
my
up,
brother.
General.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks. Have a good night. Okay, again, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and thank you for bearing with us through all those technical difficulties. Really appreciate each and everyone continued commitment and support, because we are trying to move our people, to educate and empower our people so that we can have a better Jamaica for the future. So that our children, our grandchildren, and generation to come will have something great to look forward to, being a Jamaican and have quality life in Jamaica and not be afraid to speak for their rights, and will be free. Okay, because with what is happening now, our democracy is at risk. And we cannot afford to let that we cannot afford for us to lose our democracy.
So true.
Put it that way. So we are on a mission, and we want you guys to share the live, get as much persons on board, because the general election is just around the corner. and we need all hands on deck. We need all hands on deck because we need to get rid of this this prime minister.
This Pharaoh.
Well, yeah.
This Pharaoh. We need to get rid of Pharaoh, right? And so then we are not going to stop in terms of defending our people, telling our people the truth. And when they come with a lie, we are going to cover it with the facts. As simple as that.
I just put a link at Calgary. One sec. Birds Laboratory.
How to find the ET?
Yeah, I watched this interview the other day. It's very powerful. It's a female professor talking about what was done. So Kali was just I'm just gonna drop the link to it in the chat, and I'm also gonna put it in the description.
Okay. Oh, you sent it.
That link is regarding a very powerful interview that was done with I think it's an Asian I think it's a professor, but she's very young, and she's talking about the history of Haiti and what is happening there presently now and what has caused the problem and how outsiders are viewing what is happening in Haiti in a negative light, as opposed to them fighting for their freedom. They are being dubbed as gangsters, and that's not what it's all about. I find that with America and other first world countries, when their people are fighting for their rights, they're freedom fighters and they are given medals and whatever. But when third world countries are fighting for their right, they are gangsters and mercenaries and everything that is wrong.
Yes. Yes.
So you can go and check out that link. I'll put it in the description as well. Calligraphy just mentioned it, but then I remember I had watched it as well. So yeah, you can go and check out that interview. You can click the link and check out that interview.
All right. Good.
Yes, it was really good, Callie. And Janet is saying, take a lead out of Haiti to see what can happen to Jamaica.
Exactly, John.
All right, guys. So we are going to end the live. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for bearing with us through all the technical difficulty and coming back when we had to restart the live, although I was trying not to, but then it was inevitable at one point. The first part one, I'm going to try and edit it so it is more continuous with the presentation, as opposed to all the delays and glitches that we had to fix. And I'll put that back out. Some people were saying that you're not seeing it, it was private. So I put it back as public, and I'm just gonna edit it. And then once the edit is finished, then the new version will be shown over the old version, right? So again, thank you guys, really appreciate it. Have a wonderful and blessed rest of the weekend, and hope everyone have a wonderful and productive week, and safe travel on the gravel until next week. Bye, love, and appreciate each and every one.